Live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center in Grantsville, Utah, this is the 2021 Superkarts USA Pro Tour SpringNationals on the EKN Radio Network. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the EKN Radio Network and live coverage of the 2021 Superkarts USA Spring Nationals here from Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah. We are getting set to go with main event racing for the first time. Qualifying done, pre-finals done. Now it is time to get at it wheel to wheel. We've got the drivers in the Micro Swift category getting ready to roll out here. Again, big thank you to those of you joining us here trackside, of course, and those listening on the EKN Live program. Big thank you to Team Cooper Tire, the sponsor of our EKN Trackside Live program, and our broadcast partners for this weekend, Trinity Karting Group, Parolin USA, and Franklin Motorsports. Drivers getting set to go here right now. Augustus Toniolo will lead him to the line alongside Alessandro Truchot, your front row starters. Lucas Palacio and Tristan Murphy on row 2. Gianmatteo Rosso and Sebastian Cortez on row 3. Reese Bowman and Matthew Cagle, row 4. Jackson Gibson and Ashton Woon, row 5, and we're underway. Green, green, green to start off the main events for round 3 of the Spring Nationals and the Superkarts USA Pro Tour. Drivers getting cleanly through the opening couple of corners here. Always turn 1, a little bit tough. Through turn 2 and 3. Into the turns 5, 6, 7, and 8 combination. That's the bus stop. Turn 5 and 6. The first left-right, or right-left, and the left-right of 7 and 8. Little kink, turn 9. Down the straightaway to turn number 10, the right-hander. A little bit of a bowl section. Out of turn 10 to turn 11. Almost off camera to that particular corner, but at 11-12 combination. Another corner, a couple double apex through 13. Now it's the 13, 14, 15 combination as the right, left, right S's. Through that S's section, 16, 17, and then turn 18. Back onto the straightaway here. And we are underway. Leader is the 52 of Lucas Palacio for Forward Direction Motorsports. He and Augustus Toniolo trying to pull away a bit. Palacio running with A3 competition and Forward Direction Motorsports. As I said, Toniolo for Rollison Performance Group tucking in behind. Just getting underway for what will be an 18-lap race, 20-lap for the other categories. Again, those drivers trying to break away out front. Four drivers in that lead group potentially here right now as Gianmatteo Rosso and Tristan Murphy also in the fight. Toniolo throws the kart to the inside of the racetrack over in turn at number 10. He will take the lead. So move Augustus Toniolo to P1. Forward driver breakaway with Rosso and Murphy in there as well. Truchot started second, falls back to P5. About a second behind that lead group is Reese Bowman now into the 6th spot. Sebastian Cortez runs in 7th. Jackson Gibson 8th. Phaeton Saradapan, who led in the pre-final, up 13 from 13th to 9th already. 4-position improvement for Saradapan, who had an issue. Matthew Cagle rounding out the top 10. Again, four-driver breakaway. Murphy looking to the inside, trying to go into P2. Move Tristan Murphy to second. Gianmatteo Rosso now the leader. And he was, I believe, your point leader coming into the event as well. So great start to the event here for Gianmatteo Rosso. Indeed. Solid point lead coming in, having all but dominated the weekend at NOLA in terms of the points haul. 4 drivers essentially in the lead pack, but Rosso with a pretty nice little advantage right now. Probably about, I would say, 4 or 5 kart lengths. Second, third, and fourth, though, lined up cleanly. And right behind them, not much of a gap back into 5th, 6th, and almost 7th position as well. Currently in that 7th spot. Last time by the stripe was Sebastian Cortez. He had just turned his fast lap of 106.825. So he's trying to work his way back up here now. And in fact, Cortez going side by side. That's actually Reese Bowman in there as well. Battling it out with Alessandro Truchot. Bowman and Truchot, Sebastian Cortez. Cortez actually the driver now side by side with Truchot. Really getting at it here. And they've closed back up. Team Benedict driver. Sebastian Cortez leading Truchot back up to the group. So that little bit of a gap up front for Rosso is gone, and we've got 6 drivers in the lead pack now. 6 drivers out front. Trying to make it 7 as well, as that's Reese Bowman in the number 41. Trying to get up there into the scrap. Ashton Woon runs in the 8th spot. Saradapan up 4 spots, and Jackson Gibson with the fastest lap. Troy Ferguson working his way now up into the 11th position. Troy in the number 43 started 12th, up into the 11th spot now, trying to get himself into the top 10. Lead 6 settling in for a long run here. Still a lot of laps to go. Only a first couple in the books here right now. And an 18-lapper for the drivers here in this category. Got some good fights further back as well. A couple pairings dialed in. 13th and 14th running together right now. That's the 48 of Matthew Cagle and the 32 of Julian Sanchez. Then we got a big group back here as well with Alexander Procuna, Jackson Baldas, Braylon Underwood, Matthew Duquette, and Betty Smith all running together. Jackson Pearsall and Forrest Adams locked together as well in position. Lucas Palacio last time by took the lead in the number 52, but Rosso taking that right back. In fact, I think Palacio getting shoveled back into the 4th spot, maybe even losing another one here, not quite. Able to hold the position into 10. Rosso, your point leader, back to the front. Tristan Murphy, I believe, into 2nd now. Toniolo runs in 3rd. D. Murphy in the 11, Rosso in the 10, Toniolo in the 14. It's Rosso the leader, though. Yeah, that front-running trio trying to pull away. Palacio leading that next group of 4th, 5th, and 6th. Main event time here at the Superkarts USA Pro Tour. 11th running of the Spring Nationals, of course, kind of shaking things up. We didn't get a chance to run either the Winter Nationals or the Spring Nationals last year. The entire Pro Tour, of course, encapsulated in that 6-race, 2-weekend Summer Nationals in August at Newcastle Motorsports Park. So we've had 12 Summer Nationals, and we've had just the 11 Spring Nats, although the Spring Nats was the very first event on the Pro Tour back in 2010. First number of years, the Super Nationals involved in the Pro Tour. There was the Spring Nats, Summer Nats, then the Super Nats to wrap things up. They eliminated the Super Nats and brought in the Winter Nationals a number of years ago as well. That way, when you go to the Summer Nats, or go to the Super Nats, you're not thinking championship. You're just strictly thinking about trying to win the Super Nats. Palacio doesn't want to let him get away with that number 52. In fact, he went fastest there, 106.317. So Lucas Palacio with the 42. Trying to close back up, about 3 or 4 tenths of a second back across the line as the top 3 drivers, Rosso, Murphy, and Toniolo, are nose to tail. I think Sebastian Cortez in the 25 and Alessandro Truchot in the 19. Really banking on the fact that Palacio could potentially lead them back in there. They're not that far back. They haven't been aggressive. They haven't tried to get by, and that's the way to get it done. Start battling for 4th. They're going to let the front 3 pull away. So they're doing a good job out front. Yeah, indeed, they're back at it again. That was actually a move by both Cortez and Truchot to slide by, moving Palacio back to 6th. So scratch what I just said, not think about running with Palacio. They were going to 4th and 5th. Luckily, it was in turn 10 where they were able to get out, but they've still lost some time for sure. They've lost probably 4 kart lengths. They were close. But when you start battling for position instead of thinking about where you are track in terms of the track position to the leaders, that's when you say goodbye to a podium. Top 3 drivers trying to check away again, trying to take advantage of this. Indeed, top 3 drivers have totally optimized the opportunity. They are probably about 8 or 9 kart lengths ahead of Cortez now. Rosso still leading. Murphy has been very, very patient, sitting there P2. See how long that patience lasts. Where are we on lap right now? Crossed halfway flags this time by. 9 down, 9 to go in an 18-lapper. Last time by, Rosso reset fast lap of the race. In fact, all the top 3 drivers set their personal best. 106.2. 106.273 for Rosso. Murphy and Toniolo, 106.2 as well. A little bit of a shake-up here now as they started battling up front. Toniolo's gone to the lead, and Rosso, who led for a while, has now fallen back into the clutches of Truchot, Palacio, and Cortez, as it's now Toniolo the leader, Murphy sliding into the 2nd spot, Rosso now 3rd. In fact, he might lose a spot here. Indeed, Palacio down to the inside, bringing Cortez with him. So Rosso, your point leader, back to 5th, not where he wants to be at all. Let's have a look at the remainder of the top 10. Well, they're going to come out of the corner here to put lap 11 in the books. Let's give you a run through the full field here. Toniolo the leader, Murphy 2nd, Palacio in 3rd, Cortez 4th, Rosso 5th, Truchot in 6th spot. 3 seconds back then to Saratapon, then Ashton Woon and Jackson Gibson. That's 9th. Troy Ferguson just set his fast lap. He moves up to 10th position, a 106.834 for Troy Ferguson. He's about a second behind Gibson, but the last time by was quicker by over 7/10, so he may be able to fight up there for 8th and 9th. Reese Bowman runs 11th, Rocco Simone in 12th, Julian Sanchez in 13th, Bronson Custas 14th, Royce Vega 15th, right where he started. Braylon Underwood up 5 spots, started 21st, now into 16th. Jackson Baldus 17th. Matthew Duquette runs 18th. Alexander Procuna in 19th. 20th is Jackson Pearsall up 3 spots. Betty Schmidt runs 21st. Forrest Adams, Matthew Cagle, and Gage Harden round out the 24 drivers on the field. Jaime Garcia not taking the start. 24 drivers to the green. 7 laps to go. It'll be 6 laps to go when they get back around here for Micro Swift, brought to you by DNJ Intermodal Services. And we got a 2-driver breakaway, and that's what happens when guys don't settle in for the long run. Augustus Toniolo and Tristan Murphy, 1-2 right now. Toniolo and Murphy out front by a full second. Sebastian Cortez on the Bennett has worked his way now into the third spot, but we have a good battle of four drivers for the final position on the podium. Cortez, Truchot, Rousseau, and Palacio all want to bid for that final spot in the top three. Keep an eye here on Troy Ferguson as well. Driver in the pit lane, number 48 has come to pit lane early, Matthew Cagle. See if Troy Ferguson's been able to roll up at all here on Jackson Gibson. That's the 42, and I believe the 43. Yeah, I need the 42 and the 43, 9th and 10th. Jackson Gibson's got a little space. Both those drivers, Gibson and Ferguson, turning 107.2s. Reese Bowman in the 41, right on the rear bumper of Troy Ferguson, trying to see if they can't push up and reel in Gibson. They definitely got closer. Over a second a couple laps ago. Ferguson now within 0.8 of a second of Jackson Gibson, who's about almost a second behind Ashton Woon as well. 5 laps remaining in micro swift. We're into the main events, folks, and KA100 Junior will be up next. 20 lapper for KA100 Junior, 18 for the cadet categories. Well, who's it going to be, Augustus Toniolo or Tristan Murphy? They have a 1.5 second lead over who is now the lead of the next group, which is Alessandro Truchot. In fact, they broke it down. Remember, it was 4 drivers at one point. It's now down to 3 as Rousseau has found himself further back, about a second back. Your point leader down to 6th right now. Tristan Murphy on the nitro kart. Very comfortable behind Augustus Toniolo. Where is Murphy coming into the championship here? 7th place in the championship, but there's 3 drivers who aren't here in that lead group. Isaac Malkit, Kevin Keelan Harvick, and Ethan Tovo not here this week. That's going to give the opportunity for a number of these drivers to work their way up into the top 3, top 4. So Ashton Woon having a decent run here now. Ashton currently in the 8th spot, but Tristan Murphy potentially going for a race winner. Second, could find himself up into 3rd or 4th. Murphy with a big bump on Toniolo down the straightaway. Rousseau back by himself in 6th, going to open the door for Toniolo to potentially move to P1 in the championship standings. Again, leaders rolling their way out of the turn 8 corner. The right hand leads out of the bus stop through 9. Little kink, turn 9 down the back, shoot into the right hand, turn number 10. Again, back here, short straightaway over to turn the 11-12 combo. Then, of course, leads into the 13, 14, 15 S's. Got to get right coming out of that first corner to set up for all of them. Late apex to get yourself through. 2 to go this time by. Toniolo leads. Murphy content to push him away. Cortez now up into 2nd, or 3rd rather. Here's Truchot to the outside on Cortez. He's going to lose a position. Truchot went wide, and that allowed Palacio down the inside. Can't open the door like that. Tristan Murphy's gone to the lead. So a new leader, Murphy. Going to run the bottom of the racetrack. An over-under for Rousseau. They're side by side coming out of 10. Toniolo rather on the outside, Murphy on the inside, another over-under, and Toniolo comes out with it of turn number 12. Man, inside, outside. Murphy had himself on the inside of 10, the inside of 11, and allowed Toniolo to do the over-under and get a really good ride on the corner, and it's actually given him a bit of an advantage. Murphy going on the defense and then being on the defensive line has given Toniolo a pretty solid advantage coming down the front straightaway. It's about 2 kart lengths as they come out of turn number 2 over to 3. Final lap on the racetrack. A battle now for the 3rd spot. It looks to me like Truchot's gone to P3. But let's look at this battle for the race win. Murphy to the inside. They're side by side coming through the corner. A little bit of contact. That's put Murphy to the lead. Toniolo losing all that momentum. Down to the inside goes Truchot on Toniolo. The contact that happened over in turn number 7. Truchot's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack. Murphy's going to run away to this one. Big bump on the back of Truchot. Coming to the inside of Palacio. He'll go to P3. Cortez goes back to 5th. Tristan Murphy with a beautiful move. The first pass we've seen in turn 7. He's going to come up to 18. He's the winner in micro. Tristan Murphy getting the win. In the drag race to the line, Lucas Palacio in second by 42 thousandths of a second. Murphy with the win, Palacio second, Truchot third. Toniolo goes back to 4th, surprised by that overtake by Tristan Murphy on the 3rd corner of the bus stop. The left-hand turn number 7 got all crossed up, had to get out of it and lost so much momentum out of turn number 8 that Murphy was gone, and essentially Truchot led the group up to come close on him. So Toniolo went from a potential win to 4th. Murphy goes up to P1. Remember, he was 7th in points coming in. What a huge one for Tristan Murphy. So Murphy with the win. Palacio in second, Truchot third, Toniolo 4th, Cortez 5th, Saratapon in 6th spot. Rosso ends up in 7th, Woon 8th, Troy Ferguson 9th, and Reese Bowman rounding out the top 10. Wow, that was a wild one for sure. And Tristan Murphy with the win. Trying to figure out who's Gianmatteo Rosso, the point leader coming in, stealing the 10-point bonus. That'll help him. He's finishes 7th. Point leader back in 7th. Maybe a drop race by the end of the year for Gianmatteo Rosso. But we got our first race. 8 races in total on the afternoon here. First race done. Micro Swift is finished. Tristan Murphy with the win. Lucas Palacio and Alessandro Truchot on the Murphy, Palacio, and Truchot on the unofficial podium. But again, apologize for the issues with the PA, folks. Those of you listening at home, it's frustrating for sure. KA100 Junior, folks, up next. You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour SpringNationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Parolin USA, Franklin Motorsports, Trinity Karting Group, and Cooper Tires.
Wins at the sport's biggest races and championships across all levels of karting make up the resume for Nitro Kart. The Nitro Kart has made its statement as the best, fastest, and most reliable cadet chassis on the North American karting market. The 2021 Cadet is the evolution of that success, featuring the latest development and components to put you at the front. If you want to win in Cadet, get a Nitro Kart and join the team. The Nitro Kart Cadet claimed 5 victories at the SKUSA Pro Tour, including the Mini Swift Championship in 2020. At the United States Pro Kart Series, Nitro Kart Cadet earned 5 wins and 14 podiums in mini and micro competition. For a second straight year, Nitro Kart won the U.S. Rotax Grand Nationals in the Minimax division, bringing the title total to 4 in 4 years. If you've seen it on track, it certainly caught your eye. Dominating the 4-cycle world is the Nitro Kart Lefty chassis. The chassis is designed for the Briggs & Stratton 206 engine with a left side mount for better weight distribution. The Lefty is available in cadet and full-size frames. The Nitro Kart Lefty won the CKNA Grand Nationals 4 in both sportsman and junior categories, with fast time in qualifying for the senior division. Drivers with the Lefty were ranked number 1 in the Briggs & Stratton Weekly Racing Series for junior and cadet divisions. Team Nitro Kart will be at all major events in 2021 with programs tailored to every driver's needs. Focused on driver development, the cadet program under Team Nitro Kart has helped develop some of today's stars, including Brent Cruz, Parker DeLong, Ben Mayer, and Spencer Conrad. Visit Nitro Kart online and find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Now back to the Superkarts USA Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah, here on the EKN Radio Network. Back live here on the EKN Radio Network. We've got the green flag and we're underway with the KA100 Junior category drivers getting rolling here early. Chase Hand, I believe, be able to go into the lead here in the second half of the opening lap. Carson Morgan will put the car to the bottom of the racetrack and he will take over the lead right now. So move Carson Morgan to P1. Hand goes into second. Jack Jeffers right in the fight there as well. Noah Baker. See how things take down on the opening circuit. We'll give you a rundown of the top 10 when they come across start-finish. Out of turn 18 and heading back down to 1. Long straightaway here at Utah Motorsports Campus. Carson Morgan with the lead. Chase Hand runs second. Noah Baker third. Jack Jeffers in fourth and Cole Kleck rounding out the top 5. Great start for Kleck. Started 9th. Up into P5. Jesus Vasquez Jr. in the 6th spot. Elio Mesa in 7th. Graham Trammell in 8th, Parker DeLong 9th, and Austin Jurors rounding out the top 10. Other big movers further back, Colin Royce up 5 spots from 23rd to 18th. Parker Carroll up 4 from 25th to 21st. Trey Arnson started 29th. He's up into the 22nd spot, and Jack Schrady, who was out early, started 28th. Tail in the field, he gets himself up to 23rd. So opening lap here, rolling 20-lap event for the drivers in KA100 Junior. Carson Morgan leading the way. An opening lap, just about scrapping for a couple positions and then holding station, letting the front drivers kind of pull away a little bit. You can't get away from the fight behind you. Move for second further back as Noah Baker, I think, went down the inside. Chase Hand to take the spot. Yeah, Noah Baker's got to P2. Third is Hand. Fourth, Jeffers. Actually, move Cole Kleck to P4, I believe. Kleck in the Arcade Motorsports machine up to the 4th spot. Jeffers goes back to 5th. 6th is Elio Mesa. And they got a decent little advantage, or gap, if you will, back to Trammell. Cameron Reed in the 879, done early. She's already pulled the pit lane. That'll be it for her on Saturday. Press the reset button and come back on Sunday. Paul Kleck trying to fight it out here with Chase Hand, and that is going to allow front 2 drivers to pull away. Carson Morgan and Noah Baker. Yeah, Morgan and Baker has got himself a good advantage. Hand third, Kleck in 4th. Baker set the fast lap of the race last time by. Cart just starting to come in early here, as we know. Cole Kleck having a tremendous drive. The Texan now up to P3. Chase Hand has gone back significantly into 7th position. Yeah, he went back a couple of spots there. Elio Mesa, Trammell, I believe, able to get by as well. Two drivers trying to pull away out front, as they have throughout the early part of this race. Carson Morgan, even pulling out the way on Noah Baker by himself right now. Maybe a couple of kart lengths. Baker, another 4 or 5 at least. Carson Morgan out front. Again, I apologize to those of you tuning in. The PA here just not cooperating with us at all throughout this weekend. This two-driver battle trying to stretch away if possible. They've got 6 kart lengths. The driver currently running P3. We've had a shake-up back there as well. Cole Kleck, who was there for a while, has gone back, I want to say, into 6th position. Elio Mesa now has got himself up into 3rd. Jack Jefferson to 4th. Hand 5th. Kleck 6th. So quite a bit of a shake-up on that last run. Graham Trammell runs 7th. Parker DeLong 8th. Austin Jers 9th. And Jeremy Fletcher in 10th. Colin Royce, mentioned him earlier, started 23rd. He has worked his way up into 13th. What a strong run for the driver. Local pilot here out of Utah in the GFC chassis. Scuderia Lytle and Royce into the 13th spot. Keep an eye on what he can close himself forward. He's quite a ways behind Cooper O'Clair, but nonetheless, what a great run for Colin Royce right now. Carson Morgan just banging out the laps now, doing what you got to do out front, hitting your marks, taking care of the tires a little bit. See if you can't keep those consistent lap times up and try to stretch away. Austin Jers laid down the fast lap last time by a 101.698, almost 0.3 of a second faster than Morgan. He's up 2 spots from 11th to 9th, but Jers on the move right now. 3 faster than Parker DeLong in front of him, and that's where he is right now. Austin Jers in the number 831 to pick up that battle on the racetrack. Yeah, Jers right there with him. He's going to go to the inside of Parker DeLong, coming down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Can't quite get it done. Man, looked to me like he had an easy run of it. But Jers having to tuck back. Looks to the inside. Nice move in turn number 2. Book it. That was a solid move for Austin Jers right there. Tossed it to the inside. Lost a bit of ground when you do that because obviously you give up a lot of the exit speed, but got that pass done, so move him up into the, I believe, 8th position now. Indeed, Austin Jers into 8th. We'll see what that did in damage in terms of trying to close up to Graham Trammell, who runs 7th. Front 4 drivers running together. Then we got 3 drivers after that. And then you got, like as I said, Austin Jers, that next run. Austin Jers currently running in that 8th position. Leader's looking good coming out of turn number 3 and 4. Back to 5, 4 out of 4 now, then over to 5. 5 down the inside. Might have a battle here pretty soon for Noah Baker as Elio Mesa. Unbelievably strong. Base is coming. Gets right on the rear bumper here now. Mesa looking to go to the inside. Elio Mesa and Jack Jeffers up to 3rd and 4th now. Yeah, make it 4 drivers in the lead group. Count Austin Jers coming in to 4 drivers in the next. 5th back to 8th. Jers trying to see if he can't work his way into that next group. Down the way they come. Potential pass for the lead, finally getting it done. In fact, two drivers go through. Both Noah Baker and Elio Mesa go through. Mesa to the inside. He'll take the lead in turn number 3. Elio Mesa to P1. Morgan trying to take it back. Mesa trying to run the outside. Morgan goes back out front. This racing up front with these top 4 drivers is going to allow 5th to 8th back in the fight. Indeed, they'll work their way out of the bus stop again. Another one of our drivers done from the day. You heard him rolling in there. That's the 834 of Taya Akagami. Akagami done early. Morgan, Baker, Mesa, Jeffers, all in this lead group. Carson Morgan back to the P1. Elio Mesa running in that second spot. Led for a brief time out of turn number 3 over to 4. Into the bus stop now they come. And yeah, they're definitely stacking them up here. Almost the top 8. Austin Jers is coming. He's moved to P7. Jers is going to go to the inside of Cole Kleck, thinking about another one. Jers trying to get that one done. Move Austin Jers to 6th. Caleb Schrader, deep move to the bottom to get inside Cole Kleck as well. I believe that's Caleb Schrader up there. No, that's Graham Trammell, pardon me. Graham Trammell, another one of the Rawls Performance Group karts. Trammell in the 866 goes into 8th. Schrader in the senior class, Rob, pick it up. This racing up front is allowing the guys in the back to kind of methodically work their way forward, just chipping away at spot after spot. You think about where Austin Jers was a couple laps ago. Back there in the 9th spot, he has just hammered away and got himself closer and closer. And as they battle up front, that allows every one of these guys an opportunity to get another spot. Now, Austin Jers looking to try to get by Chase Hand. That would be for 5th. Hand a little defensive on the entry to 10. One of the primary passing opportunities here at Utah. I wonder how patient Mesa's going to be. Elliot Mesa running 2nd. Jack Jeffers 3rd. Noah Baker 4th. And Jers is through. Austin Jers has gotten to P5. What a run for Austin Jers, up to 5th. Open racetrack in front of him. Jers trying to see if he can't close in on the leaders. He'll need them to keep fighting. Carson Morgan in all of this continues to lead it. Morgan back to turn number 11. Little tap in the back from Mesa as he's trying to find a way by. Jeffers right there. And, you know, this a little bit slower pace up front, a little defensive, is going to allow Jers to get closer. I wonder if he's going to end up on the podium. Jers having a good run. Morgan, Mesa, Jeffers, Baker, Jers, then Hand. And it's Graham Trammell. Elio Mesa has shown extreme patience here in the late going, trying to see if he can set himself up to make the move. It's been a constant move forward for Austin Jers to P5. Lap starting to wind away, though. It'll be 6 to go this next time. 6 laps remaining. Carson Morgan, though, pace setter. quick enough not to let everybody close back up. Chase Hand still trying to battle his way back into it. Top 6 drivers have stretched away now. Trammell then by himself further back. It's Trammell 7th, Parker DeLong 8th, Cole collected 9th. And a big gap back to Jeremy Fletcher. Again, KA100 Junior, Fletcher, your point leader coming in. 33 points ahead of Carson Morgan coming in here, but not the weekend so far here for Jeremy Fletcher, 10th. Going to allow Morgan to probably move his way to the lead. Into the last handful of laps. Austin Jers up to 4th. Jers to P4. Big Dust Devil coming through here in the middle of the racetrack. Right as the drivers come through, Dust Devil right in the middle of the track, whistling around. Some of the barriers getting moved away on that one. It's going to come right through the middle of the paddock too. Hold on if you're in the middle of the paddock. Yeah, that's a big Dust Devil coming through here. Hopefully it'll get eaten up a bit when it gets in, because there's been some damage to tips already. Man, quick reaction to the SKUSA officials jumping in there to grab the barriers that were trying to get moved back onto the racetrack. Dust Devil calmed down quite a bit by the time it worked its way into the paddock area. Back onto the racetrack. The battle continues. Austin Jers trying to put some pressure on now. He's looking to move by Jeffers. Here goes Jers to the inside of turn 10, side by side. No, Jeffers running the outside still. This is going to be hurt. It's potentially going to hurt because, Chase Hand's going to come to the inside for 4th. Jers went for it, but lost one spot. And you go to the inside like that, and you can't give it up. You almost got to just give it up immediately and tuck back behind, because Jeffers ran the outside, and that allowed Hand to get a better run out of 10 and get by Jers into turn 11. Tough one there, but you go Jers try to get himself on the podium. Austin will go back to the inside of Chase Hand in 1. Can't quite get it done. Laps winding down. KA100 Junior. Who's it going to be? They pulled away out front a little bit. It's either going to be Carson Morgan or Elio Mesa, unless Jeffers can get closer, unless they start battling enough that brings them all back into the fight. Jers has gone back to P4. He's gotten back by Chase Hand. So Jers goes back to 4th position. Hand in 5th. Noah Baker back to 6th. Mason's got to pull the trigger here sooner or later. We've seen a couple of drivers wait to the final circuit and not get the job done. Do you wait or do you go? You block to the inside of 10. You set up for the over-under. Who's going to win this one? 2 to go this time by. 2 laps remaining. Austin Jers hoping for some help from Chase Hand. He gets it. They'll work their way down the straightaway, try to close back up. If Hand wants a shot at the podium, he's got to help Jers get up there to try to get after Jeffers. Both those guys know it. Jeffers got P3 unless they work together. Elio Mesa, though, the model of patience over the second half of this race, having put himself into P2. Tried to lead for a time, but lost the position a couple of corners later as Morgan wants to be out front. And he has some good enough pace to pull away. Jers now right on it with Jeffers. Austin Jers thinks about it. No, another inside move there. Jeffers blocks to the bottom. Oh, Jers pointing at him. trying to play some head games out there. White flag will fly next time by. Out of turn number 12 through 13, 14, 15. The S's. Wind picking up big time again. It's turned. It was at our back earlier today. Now right in our faces. They'll work their way out to the front straight away. White flag going to fly this time by. Jurors looking for a big run. Austin Jurors to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll go to P3. Same goes with Morgan. He's blocking to the inside. Mesa trying the over-under. Jurors, I'm not sure if he got through or not. Full block mode for Carson Morgan. Inside at turn number 2. He's inside every corner. Mesa trying to go to work on him. Elio Mesa can't get the job done quite yet. Through into the bus stop right now. Final corner for KA100. Morgan still holding the spot. Jurors has gone to P3 and he's brought Chase Hand with him. Jurors up into third. Hand trying to work his way back onto the podium. Big run here for Elio Mesa. Way down the bottom of the racetrack. They'll go side by side. Jurors trying to get by. He'll slot back in. They'll go into turn number 11. Everybody stacking and packing. Jurors goes to the inside. They're going to cut 3 wide. Mesa on the way out. Morgan's clean. Contact between Jurors. Jurors and Mesa have contact. Austin Jurors trying to get going. Damage to that car. He's trying to spool it back up. Contact coming out of turn 12. Morgan's going to get the win. He points to his dad up here in the tower. Mesa's going to get second. Jefferson third. Hand fourth. Cole Kleck coming home to fifth. I'll tell you, Morgan ran the defensive line all the way through the final circuit, and that works as long as they don't get the over-under. They closed up so much behind. Austin Jurors tried to go to the inside of Elio Mesa in turn number 10 when they were coming through. That stacked everybody up for turn 11, and that's the left-hander. Morgan was able to get through. They actually went side by side behind him. Luckily, nobody was in a position to go by Morgan, so he was able to get out of that corner clean, that complex turn 11 and 12. He comes out cleanly. They were 3 wide coming out of 12 trying to get into the S's, and Mesa and Jurors end up making some contact. That stacked everybody up. Wow, and again, like I said, coming out onto the front straightaway out of turn 18. Cole Morgan had a look up here in the tower. Right beside us was his dad, Joe Morgan. Big point to each other, and again, the wind really whistling. We're holding things down here right now. Let's put it that way. Drivers rolling in here, but wow, what a finish. Everybody holding onto their hats right now, folks. I'm telling you, the wind just picked up in a big way here. In our face as opposed to what it was earlier today when it was at our back. But wrapping it all up, what a tremendous battle that was. No doubt about it. A race-long fight for position. Carson Morgan ends up getting the win by 1.1 seconds. Elio Mesa in second. Jack Jefferson third. Chase Hands up fourth. Cole Kleck in fifth. You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Parolin USA, Franklin Motorsports, Trinity Karting Group, and Cooper Tires. In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry with over 50 years of combined karting experience, and we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at www.franklinkart.com, where all our products are just a mouse click away. We're constantly adding to the growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, Tillett seats, ceramic products, driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, OTK products, and of course, the championship-winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com. Established in 1999, PSL Karting has become a powerhouse within the karting industry for North America and around the world. PSL Karting is your complete source for all Burrell Art products as the North American importer, providing this top quality product through both their expansive dealer network or through the PSLKarting.com online store. Whatever you need is available 24/7 online, including safety gear, parts, components, and full karting packages. All three brands, Burrell Art, Ricardo Kart, and Charles Leclerc Karts, are in stock and ready to hit the track. Grab your winning chassis for any category by visiting PSLKarting.com to find your nearest dealer. PSL Karting is always looking for interest in new dealers and teams to help create new business relationships. Drivers looking to take their talents to the next level can join the Burrell Art North America race team, competing at all the major U.S. and Canadian events this season. When you're ready to win, go with PSL Karting. It all started in 1994, when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years, and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolinUSA.com. Now back to the Superkarts USA Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah, here on the EKN Radio Network. Welcome back to live coverage here of the Superkarts USA Spring Nationals. Third and fourth rounds of the Pro Tour. Round 3 here today on Saturday. A couple of races already in the books. Micro Swift and KA100 Junior. Our KA100 Seniors drivers will be up next. Cole Morgan going to try to follow in the footsteps of his brother who just won KA100 Junior. Morgan starting on the pole alongside Blake Nash. A couple of young Californians on row 1. Caleb Schrader and Connor Ferris will be on row 2. Thomas Annunziata and Chase Park on row 3. Austin Osborne and Gavin Bailiff will be on row 4, while Stepanova Nikhil and Macy Williams will occupy row 5. Gia Cicero and Ethan Ho, row 6. Adrian Cruz alongside Peyton Phillips on row 7. Nolan Allison and Phil DeLeo will be on row number 8, while Joshua Fine and Walker Hess will be on row 9. Tyler Wettengel and Ethan Raff, row 10, while Andy Nish and Adam Rylands will be on row 11. Row 12 will have a couple of Texans, Royce Johnson and Brooke Berry. Row 13, Cole Schroeder and Jacob Hoover. On row 14, Ethan Wolf will start alongside Charlie Murphy, while Gabe Sessler and Haley Schroeder will be on row 15. Richard Fogarty and Ryan Vincent, row 16. Luca Siambra and Drew Chappelle on row 17. Row 18, Cameron Lazarov and Grace Hemmard, while row number 16 has Evan Concepcion and Josiah Tracy. Row 20 will have Dylan Town and Franco Sacripanti. On row 21, Daniel Eden and Brett Rivetta. Row 22, Ryan Poole and Riley Can. Keep an eye out for Riley Can. Row number 23, Josh Campbell and Jensen Ultzman. And row 24, if those drivers present themselves, Deanna Hoffman and Renee Bynes. So we're underway. Green flag flying. Drivers working their way now through turn number 5, 6, and 7 into the bus stop for the first time. Morgan looks good on the opening lap. We are now rolling. It's like everybody cleanly through the opening lap. You can hear the wind continues to whistle here. Big move there. And the number 966, that was an aggressive move. I like that move by Nikhil. Running for cross-link competition. Tossed it to the inside and moved Nikhil up into the third spot. Stepanova looking good here. He's got Austin Osborne right behind him. Again, wind is just whistling here at Utah Motorsports Complex. It has turned in the absolute such opposite direction as it was earlier today when it was hammering us hard in the back. Now right in our faces here on pit lane. And it has been significant throughout the weekend. Cole Morgan out to the early lead in the 949. Right behind him, the 990 of Thomas Annunziata. Morgan out to a solid lead in the Ryan Perry Motorsports machine. Annunziata second. Austin Osborne up into the third spot. Last lap of the race for Austin. Very early though, 102.625. You never want to be too good too early, right? Nikhil runs fourth, Schrader fifth, Nash sixth, Jace Park seventh, Gavin Bailiff eighth, Gia Cicero ninth, and Connor Ferris rounded out the top 10 right now. Gavin Bailiff, remember, qualified on the pole position. Backwards a little bit in the pre-final. Currently eighth right now. We'll see if he's able to turn things back up. Bailiff now battling with Cicero coming out of turn number 12, but he's going to lose a couple of spots. Cicero kind of got to the outside there coming through, and he's going to go back. That actually might have been, that was indeed Bailiff. I thought it might have been Jace Park. Beautiful livery, those Trinity Karting Group entries. Tell you this right now, Morgan's out strong. Cole Morgan out to the lead. 7/10 of a second advantage for Cole Morgan, stretching away here now. Doesn't have the fastest lap. But man, you can hear the wind absolutely wreaking havoc on the ambient mic. Yeah, the American flags here on the flagpoles at start finish are at absolute full song here now. Not sure how that's playing with the drivers on the racetrack a little bit, but not really going into their faces or anything coming down the straightaway here or in the tail, so I don't think it's helping or hindering that much. Let's have a look at the top 10. We come back across the line here again. Cole Morgan, the leader. Austin Osborne, second. Caleb Schrader, third. Thomas Annunziata, fourth. Blake Nash in fifth. Jake Park, sixth. Stepanova Nikhil in seventh. Gia Cicero, eighth. Macy Williams, ninth. And Connor Ferris rounding out the top 10. Another driver into pit lane. That will be the 932 of Ryan Vincent. Brings his Ricardo down pit lane. Morgan's lead now 8/10 of a second. He put his fastest lap down at 102.347. Still Caleb Schrader with the fastest lap. He's gone to P3. What a good run here for Caleb Schrader. He's up into second. Schrader in the 921 goes to P2. And the Rawlson Performance Group Cosmic. Cole Morgan continues to set the pace. Stretch away out front. Let's see if Caleb Schrader can cut into that lead. Last time by, Schrader was quicker by almost a tenth of a second, but it's 9/10 back. Still 15 laps to go. A long way to go in this race, but Caleb Schrader most definitely trying to wheel his way forward. We'll see if Thomas Annunziata, who's behind him, just turned his fast lap, but he was 3/10 off and 3/10 back. I think Schrader may be able to pull away a little bit here in second. Annunziata just doesn't seem to have what it takes to run with him right now. Blake Nash running in that 4th spot. 5th is Austin Osborne. 6th is Jace Park. 7th now Nikhil. 8th Cicero. 9th Ferris, and 10th is Williams. So Gavin Bailiff back 14th. Good start to the day. Roughed up a little bit here. Wind is crazy. Cole Morgan out front again. We'll keep an eye on that gap between Feed and Caleb Schrader. So again, battling it out here at Utah Motorsports Campus, round number 3 of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour. It's the Spring Nationals. It's some pretty aggressive racing out the field. I know a lot of those of you listening at home, hope you're having a great weekend so far. We'll give a shout out to the Vogels, Alicia Hodap, listening back in Owanga, California, tuning into the broadcast. That's it for Bailiff. He just pulled off. Got to be an issue with Gavin Bailiff. Car was going backwards. You got to think something in the engine potentially going away. That'll be it for Bailiff as he heads to the scales. Morgan still out front though. Gap between first and second, a full second now, but both Morgan and Schrader running very similar lap times. Blake Nash just turned his fast lap, but actually the fast lap of the race. 102.133. Blake Nash, fastest driver on the racetrack here as we're closing up to the second half. And in fact, he has already made his way by Caleb Schrader. Man, I'll tell you, a car like shot out of the cannon here for Blake Nash. He is working his way forward here now. Nash to second, trying to close in here on Cole Morgan. Morgan already with a win for the family with Carson and KA100 Junior. Cole Morgan still leading. He's got that gap at 0.8 of a second. Blake Nash is coming. 102.281. Nash close, quicker by 0.2 of a second last time by. We could have ourselves a battle here. Still 11 laps to go. We're only coming to the halfway point this time by. But Blake Nash has got a hot rod. The Nash Motorsports machine is alive and moving forward. Morgan with the big lead out front, but it's coming. Lead now down to less than 0.8 of a second, 0.766 as Nash again. The key is, can he keep it happening? Tyler Wettengale now into pit lane as well. He's done for the day. Morgan, Nash, Schrader, Osborne, Annunziata. That's your top five. Come across the stripe again. 0.766 the gap last time by. Knock it down to 0.733. Yeah, just 33 thousandths of a second. But closer and closer comes Blake Nash. Schrader actually quicker than both Morgan and Nash last time by with a 102.175. His fast lap. Again, coming into this championship, Cole Morgan with 2 wins, trying to go 3 straight victories in KA100 Senior. Won both races at NOLA Motorsports and is trying to line himself up to do it again. He leads here. Leading Edge Motorsports, the sponsor of our KA100 Senior class here this weekend. Nash most definitely closer and closer. Tenth, 11th, and 12th are the best battles on the racetrack right now. That's Peyton Phillips, Ethan Ho, and Joshua Fine. I think Ethan Ho holding 10th right now, but Peyton Phillips and Joshua Fine right there as well. Good scrap. Oh, Nash is getting closer. It's visibly closer now. Maybe 4 kart length for Blake Nash out of the bus stop. Again, now you got to play your cards right. He's got enough of a gap back to Caleb Schrader. But does Schrader have the speed to keep going if Morgan can't keep up the pace? Does Nash just go by to try to take the lead? It worked for Carson Morgan, maybe just getting out front. We haven't seen anybody make that amazing last lap pass to get the race win. Here we are on the Indy 500 qualifying weekend. I remember watching young Sage Karam here in the Stars of Karting days running in the cadet class, and he literally, to stay in second spot, you knew he had the speed to probably just pull out and pull away, but he'd stay in second and perfect that last lap pass many, many times. In turn number 11, he made that pass happen. And let's see if Blake Nash can do the same. He's within 2 kart lengths now. Blake Nash closing up. The wind harder than it's been all day. Just whistling directly in our faces here at the start finish on the pit lane. Nash now to within a length and a half. Trying to hit the marks. So Nash right there within a length now. He is almost on the bumper. In fact, right there going into turn number 11 and 12. Schrader trying to close up. Austin Osborne battling it out with Thomas Annunziata as well. Osborne 4th, Annunziata 5th. Nash losing a bit, coming out of 18 this time by. Still a long way to go in this race. Once again, Nash all over him coming out of the bus stop. Nash right with him into turn number 11, or 10 rather, now over to 11. Does he think about trying to make a move? Doesn't seem to have it coming out of the final couple of corners. I don't know whether it's going to be a good move down to the inside of 1. We'll see if he can get it done here. It's about as close as he's been. It seems to be over the last couple of corners. Morgan looks pretty good. Yeah, coming back onto the straightaway again. He's got probably about a 2.5 kart length lead. 5 to go this time by. 5 laps remaining. Cole Morgan leading the way, but Nash, all that pressure. Again, over to 10. 10 and 11 got to be the primary opportunities for anybody to pass here this weekend. You can pass in other spots. We've obviously seen passes over on the entry to the second half of the bus stop. We've seen passes in turn 1, passes in turn 3, but man, 10 and 11 seem to be the optimal opportunities. Nash just can't seem to get out onto the front straightaway with enough to make that run down the chute into 1. But he closes up everywhere else. Blue skies, a little bit of cloud coming in here right now, but the wind is aggressive. Temperature's pretty comfortable here. We're not for the wind to be pretty warm, actually, I think. Heating up here, though, in this race because the laps are ticking away with Cole Morgan. He and his brother Carson trying to sweep the KA100 categories here today. Carson already scored the victory there on what was a thrilling finish in junior. Round 3 here of this Pro Tour. And now it's Blake Nash's turn. Can he shake things up? Can he break this Morgan back-to-back double? Big run. This is as close as Nash has been on the front straightaway, and he's going to look at it. Nash is going to go to the inside of the racetrack in turn 1. Nash for the lead. Book it. He's through. Blake Nash, new leader in KA100. Right back on the inside comes Cole. Exactly what happened with Elio Mesa and Carson Morgan. You can't open it back up in turn number 2. I know you want to, but if you do, to be honest, you run the low line, then you're going to bring the guys behind in, and here comes Caleb Schrader. I think you've almost got to defend in that corner at least once to try to hold the spot back, but then when you do it, you're going to bring the guys behind you. This time Nash going to go to the inside in turn 10. He'll take the apex. Nicely done for Nash. And this has allowed Schrader to close it within a couple of corners. Oh, Nash thinks about the inside, over, under again. No, they've gone back and forth. Nash did not block to the inside, and Schrader's back on it. Schrader back there. It's better to block, I think, to the inside of turn number 11 a little bit to get out of there. All this race is bringing Caleb Schrader. You know, he is just frothing at the bit to get into part of it. 2 to go this time by. This time, Morgan's going to stay to the bottom. Indeed, big pop out to the outside for Blake Nash. Over, under, thinks about it, pulls back out of turn number 1. Back to 2. Caleb Schrader right in there as well. Nash knows he's there. Pointing forward to Morgan. Morgan just pulled out 2 to 3 kart lengths here. Into the bus stop now. Nash has got to reset. Focus forward. Don't worry about Caleb Schrader. Get back where you need to be right now because he's 4 or 5 lengths back. Schrader's going to push him up. I think Schrader potentially is going to go by. Nope, he doesn't yet. Nash looking for help. And indeed, Schrader may need the help. Push him right on by. If Schrader's there, you push Nash by. You go to second, and then you go to the lead. That's the move. You go by here right now, and that's it. Morgan's done. White flag going to fly this time by. 1 to go. 1 lap to go, and Schrader wants a shot out of here. He's going to push Nash by and hope for something else. Down to the bottom. There goes Nash. He's thinking to the inside of turn 1. He's going to throw it in there. Nash to the lead in turn 1. Blake Nash goes P1. Now you got to block to the inside. He does. Big outside move. Trying the over-under. Comes Morgan. Not going to do it. After turn number 3 to 4. Nash still with the lead. Little pump and run there. Morgan goes to P1. Nash right on him. Morgan into him a little bit there, going into that corner. I bet there's going to be a payback coming. Morgan got into the back of Nash, I think coming to 4. They're out of turn number 8. Down the back chute. Here comes Schrader trying to push him by. Big down. There's the tap. There goes Schrader around the outside, side by side. Schrader's going to come through. Exactly what I said. No, he doesn't quite go through. Nash still to the inside. Morgan gets pushed off to the outside. The reverse bump and run, the retaliation down in turn number 10. Nash has got the lead. Schrader's gone to second. Morgan back to P3. Contact in 4. Contact in 10. Out of 18. Can Nash hold him at the line? Here comes Schrader. He's looking for the drop, but no. Blake Nash wins in KA100 Senior. They dropped the gloves in the final circuit. Morgan moved him over in turn number 4. Morgan locked it up, tried to go to the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 10. Nash got into the back of him. Schrader tried to go to the outside on both, potentially over-under. Morgan ended up going off the racetrack as he was on the outside. Nash somehow came out with it out of turn number 10 over to 11. And then Nash holding off a determined Caleb Schrader. That was a solid finish. Blake Nash with the win. Caleb Schrader second. Cole Morgan third. Jace Park fourth. Austin Osborne fifth. 6 Connor Ferris. 7th Nolan Allison. 8 Thomas Annunziata. 9th Gia Cicero. 10th is Joshua Fine. The key now is this, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot of contact. Does anybody have the pushback? I'm going to walk out here to the front of our tower here, the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center. Let's have a quick looky-loo at potentially what we've got for pushbacks. I don't know if I can pick it up here. Now, hard for me to see. These guys are whistling in. Hard to see on the Nash machine. I don't know. A lot of contact. You got to think that Nash may have the pushback. But I'll tell you, if I'm Blake and I get moved in the final lap in turn number 4, I don't give a crap about the pushback. I think I'm probably back at it. Nash with the win. Schrader second, as I said. Morgan third. All unofficial, of course. Pushback bumper penalties could be coming. We'll see. Nonetheless, they put on a pretty good show up there. Great battle there in KA100 Senior. 3 races down, 5 to go to cap off round 3 of the Pro Tour. This year's Spring Nationals here at Utah Motorsports Park. Mini Swift up next. You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Parolin USA, Franklin Motorsports, Trinity Karting Group, and Cooper Tires. Are you ready to step up your game? If so, joining the Rawlson Performance Group is the obvious choice to take your racing to the next level. Industry-leading driver development is provided by our staff of multi-time national champions, Super Nationals winners, and Team USA members. And at the same time, RPG continues to be a national-level powerhouse race team. Our goal is to help you raise your game and win races. We work with all age groups, and we're focused on developing cadet and junior drivers who are ready to take the next step in their racing program. Rawlson Performance Group has set a new standard with our in-house engine program, AVP Engines, headed by Alex Vincent. AVP has become the benchmark in both IAME and ROC competition. We also have the largest OTK inventory that follows our race team, providing trackside parts at all the major events in North America. RPG also offers multilingual support with French, Spanish, and Portuguese-speaking staff. If you want to fight for championships or want to improve your skills and your chances to win, the answer is to call RPG at 503-260-4514. The Rawlson Performance Group. We race to win. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Now back to the Superkarts USA Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah, here on the EKN Radio Network. Back at it once again with the drivers here in the Mini Swift category. 18 lapper for drivers in Mini Swift. Let's have a look at the grid of the drivers working their way around the racetrack now. Jensen Burnett, the Canadian, will start on the pole position alongside Asher Osteen. Enzo Vidmontian and Diego Ardiles in row 2. Jack Iliff and Sarah Bradley on row 3. Diego Guillot and Charlie Smith, row 4. Oscar Iliff and Gage Korn on row 5. Santiago Duran and Tyler Roberts will occupy row 6, while Ben Meyer will line up alongside Vivek Canthan. Row 8 will have Jackson Glendenning and Beckham Tupakoff. Row 9 will have Alexander Chartier and Gavin Witt. Row 10, Nico Sarfati and Michael McGahey. And then it'll be Reagan Seville alongside Drew Waltz on row 11. Rocky Moran and Johnny Stamps on row 12. Devin Waltz and Giuseppe Guidera on row 13. Field set and green starting. Mateo Quinto and Lucas Brancati will be on row 14. David Ramirez and Gabby Gudera on row 15. Elijah Krestoff and Ryan Janetta row 16. And Robert Arana and Henry Rogalski on row 17. At least one driver dropping a wheel on the exit of turn number 1 and 2 there, with the dust getting thrown up in the air. Drivers settling in and we're underway. 18-lapper for Mini Swift. 4 races to go after this. This will be the halfway point in the 3rd round here of the Pro Tour. 11th running of the Spring Nationals here at the Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah this weekend. My name is Rob Howden, joined by David Cole. EKN Trackside Live coverage brought to you by Cooper Tires. We'll have a look at the opening lap and come around here to get that first one in. Jensen Burnett appears to be leading the way. Let's have a look at it here. Enzo Vidmontian, point leader, up into 2nd. Jack Iliff 3rd. Diego Guillot, 4th spot. Oscar Iliff in 5th. Diego Ardiles in 6th. Sarah Bradley 7th. Ben Mayer up 5 spots on the opening circuit. Good start for Ben Mayer. Same with Oscar Iliff up 4. But Mayer goes from 13th to 8th. Tyler Roberts up 3 to 9th. And Charlie Smith ends up in the 10th spot. Asher Osteen, who started on the outside of the front row, shuffled all the way back to 11th on the opening lap. So not a good start for Asher. But a long way to go to make up for it. Three drivers up front trying to break away. Burnett, Vidmontian, and Iliff. Yeah, Vidmontian, the point leader, smart. He'll just try to push Burnett away. 18 lap race, 17 laps of pushing, 1 lap of racing. You end up trying to go for the race win. Do it too early, bring everybody else back into the fight. Yeah, front-running driver's not able to pull away. Vidmontian has gone to the lead, but in that pass, he has allowed Iliff to get back into it. That's Jack Iliff. Right back behind Burnett now. 4th and 5th trying to get into the fight, too. Diego Guillot and Oscar Iliff. Oscar actually turned the fast lap last time by. Yeah, Oscar more than happy to push Guillot back up there, make it a 5-driver fight, but right now it is a 3-driver battle. Yeah, expect to see them settle in for as long as they can. Enzo Vidmontian scored both of the race wins at NOLA Motorsports at the Winter National to take a pretty strong lead into the championship here too. And he is again running P1 right now, so a good start for Vidmontian as he's out front with Burnett and Iliff in tow. Guido and Oscar Iliff giving chase. Then a big run back to a driver sitting all by himself on the racetrack right now. Tough go for the 196 of Diego Ardiles, although Ardiles is in the championship fight as well. He's in the championship fight as well. Let's have a look at the points here in Mini. Indeed, Ardiles comes in third. Vidmontien P1, Iliff in second, Ardiles in third. Oliver Weldon not here with us this weekend, so he'll be out of the championship fight. Then you got Ben Mayer and Oscar Iliff there as well. Santiago Duran back in the 16th spot. Ben Mayer currently 7th. Ardiles in 6th. All trying to fight their way back in, as is Oscar Iliff as well. Going to be a tight fight, I think, for the championship. Really only 75 points coming in, as Iliff had a pretty good run. Jack Iliff did get fast lap in the main event in round number 2 at NOLA, and that really helped him. He finished second on the racetrack, third in the racetrack, rather. Third or second? I think he was third. Finished third behind Ben Mayer, but got that 10-point bonus, which was crucial, keeping him second in the points. Lead group trying to pull away. Vidmontien, Burnett, and Iliff working together. Again, that's the key. They've been able to stretch probably 8 or 9 tenths, almost a full second now, I would think, coming out of turn 4 into the bus stop now. But I think they've got a good gap. Vidmontien, pretty good guy to have out front. We know he's got the pace. Although Oscar Iliff turned the fast lap as the chase group, he and Diego Guillot in the 4th and 5th position. A 105.401 was a fast time for Oscar. Not able to back it up, though, 105.7 last time by. You got to run consistent 4s if you want to reel those leaders in a couple tenths of a second at a time. 5 laps down, 13 to go here in Mini Swift, brought to you by Team Bennick. Pick up the leaders again coming out of turn 18 to put another lap in the books, and this time Burnett has gone to the lead. Burnett has gone P1. We have an incident further back, a couple drivers spinning coming out of turn number 10. We'll try to pick up one of the drivers involved in the incident there for you, but again, Burnett has gone to the lead on the Parolin. Yeah, at least 3 drivers involved on the racetrack here. I think won the 132, trying to figure out where that potential fight was. Yeah, it seems to me like drivers falling down the order. The 132 of Gabby Gudera and Giuseppe Gudera. So either brother and sister or brother and brother. I'm not sure if it's a Gabby boy or a Gabby girl. But both those, the Guderas, are both off track. Tough to see them get connected together on the racetrack. When I say Gabby girl or Gabby boy, all you got to point to is former IndyCar driver, former Indy Lights champion, sports car champion, Gabby Chavez. His wife is actually Gabby as well. So it's Gabby and Gabby Chavez, so you never know. Jensen Burnett out front. Enzo Vidmontien, Jack Iliff, 1, 2, 3. Here they come across the line. Now 1.4 seconds, almost 1.5, so essentially a tenth and a half, or a second and a half rather, back to Oscar Iliff, who is kind of pulling away from Diego Ardiles a little bit. He's got himself some room. Ardiles actually was the guy that got up there, and the reason why it's not Iliff and Guillot anymore, is because Ardiles is coming on strong. Burnett, Iliff, Vidmontien. This is going to be a battle. We're just coming to the halfway point now. And I get, again, I've said this before, I'll give them props. Pretty good patience so far. Iliff has gone by Vidmontien, so it's Jack Iliff now up into second. We know that Vidmontien led a bunch of laps himself, but they've kind of swapped things around. And ideally, when you do that, if you want to take the lead, whatever it may be, there's no need to really pressure it too much, because you've, at the first and foremost, got to make sure that you maintain that gap to whoever's behind you. You can dice around a little bit. If I was a spotter, I would prefer you stay and hold your position until, if you want to start going, maybe a little bit later, you make that one. If you're in third, you got to get to second, right, sooner or later, if you want to make the pass. But it's got to be decisive. You can't lose any ground. How many times have we seen three guys up front like this? They'll battle for second. Somebody will make a low percentage move somewhere. They'll get the pass done, but it was kind of rough. And the other leader pull away. You let the guy out front stretch away, and that's not what you got to do. It's got to be perfect. You'd almost be better, seeing what we had in that last race, let the leaders beat each other up, and then from third, pick up the garbage and come home with the trophy. Vidmontien can be in exactly that position right now. I am really interested to see what kind of results we get from the pushback bumper penalties, if there are any, from the KA100 Senior class, because that last lap, I think we all know, was pretty aggressive. Bump and run for Cole Morgan over in 4. Essentially the return of the favor back in turn number 10. Just a ton of fun to watch that race. Battle for first, second, and third, and a battle for that fourth and fifth positions as well. Oscar Iliff still P4, Diego Ardiles in fifth, and they're about a half a second ahead of Giat right now. Asher Osteen, remember, he fell backwards. He has worked his way back forward to seventh, so Asher having a good fight back. 2.2 seconds back, but lap times still pretty solid. He and Ben Mayer doing 106 flats, but about 0.3 of a second off the lead group. And those leaders are absolutely locked together. Vidmontien has got back to P2. Thinking about the lead, but no, it's now Jack Iliff out front. Jack Iliff in the 144 for Iron Rock Motorsports, leading the way. Yellow flag flying over in turn number 13, 14, and 15. Like someone's got off on the outside of the racetrack there. I can't see them from where I am here in the tower. That flag getting brought back in. And I'm telling you, just the shift in the weather today. When we got here, it was cold. It was, mid to high 40s. By the time we went racing, it was 51 degrees. The wind was whistling from our back. We had to get some banners put behind us here simply because of the fact that we were just literally shivering to death. Wind kind of stopped a bit midday. It turned, though. It was from our back earlier in the day. It's now directly in our faces. It kind of dimmed a little bit there at one point. Jacket came off, and it was actually warm. Well, wind starting to go, cloud cover coming in, so we don't have that sun beating on us anymore, and the wind in our face, and I think the jackets are all going to be going back on. That's going to change the way these mechanics and tuners are going to approach these races. Track temperature, ambient temperature. What are your selections going to be for tire pressures here? Track is notoriously low grip. A lot of sand here. It's one of the things, obviously. There's no grass within the track here where we are here in the Tuele Valley. So it's a bit slippery. Pretty low grip. Notoriously tough on tires. One tuner I talked to said the track is really temperature dependent. The other guy said, nah, not really. We're pretty much the same. So everybody, of course, on a different chassis and a different platform, different approach in terms of setup. Leaders trying to stretch away now. Hey, have they finally dropped the driver? They may have. They may have dropped Jensen Burnett. He's P3. He's back by about 6 car lengths now. This is the key. This is what you want to do when you're in the lead 3. Do whatever you can to potentially drop the guy in the back. The guy in the back trying to hang on, using the draft, wants to be there to clean up the mess. Potentially out of the lead, or when you guys start battling, he'll take it away. He's falling back a bit, Jensen Burnett, but he's closing back up again here on this lap. Iliff, Vidmontien, Burnett, Ardiles. and Iliff, top 5. 5 to go. Iliff, Vidmontian, Burnett. That was your lead 3. It is now down to just the 2. And that for Burnett could be trouble because he's kind of in the middle here right now as the laps wind down. He's got to worry if the guys behind him, Ardiles and Iliff, might close up to battle for the final position on the podium. Otherwise, right now, it's Jack Iliff versus Enzo Vidmontian out front. And interestingly, of course, both those drivers as well are right in the championship battle, first and second. That's the way they battle on the racetrack right now. Who's got fast lap of the race? Because that 10 points could help. Enzo Vidmontian has it. So Vidmontian with a win here is going to extend that lead. Iliff is P1. And again, 2 to go this time they come by. Jack Iliff knows how to win races as well. That's Enzo Vidmontian. This one's coming down nicely to the end here. Shifter carts on the grid and getting set to fire. 2 laps remaining, 2 to go. Here's your top 10 with 2 to go. Iliff leader. Vidmontian second. They got a 1.6 second lead on Jensen Burnett and Diego Ardiles. In fact, Burnett's got lots of room on Ardiles. And Ardiles has about a half a second on Oscar Iliff right now. Diego Guiat by himself in 6th spot. He's 1.2 seconds ahead of Ben Mayer. But Mayer quicker by 0.6. Mayer could catch him for 6th. Asher Osteen 8th. Tyler Robertson 9th, up 3 spots. And Charlie Smith 10th. Iliff still leads, and it'll be a white flag next time by. One lap remaining. Vidmontian's going to go to the outside. Iliff holding the bottom. Vidmontian, does he get a run all the way down? He does. He takes the lead before they get to turn 1. Vidmontian just drags them down the line and goes to P1 in turn 1. Iliff back to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll take it back away in turn number 2. Big move to the inside in 2. Holds through 3 over to 4. Iliff back to the front. Excellent move to get back by in turn number 2 as Vidmontian did not run the defensive line. They'll come to the bus stop. Turns 5, 6, now 7. Through to turn number 8. It's the long run through the turn 9 chicane. It's a quick little turn through 9, back into 10. No pass there for Vidmontian. In comes Iliff. He'll run the bottom part of the racetrack. Vidmontien going to try the over-under. Iliff's going to get the run. Good run to the outside. Iliff still holding them up. Vidmontien runs them. They'll come out of the final couple of corners through 13, 14, and 15. Out of the final corner here through 18. Who's it going to be? Iliff with the lead right now, but here comes Vidmontien. Big run to the line. It's going to be a drag race. And Jack Iliff wins by 9 thousandths of a second. 9 thousandths of a second at the line. Jack Iliff over Vidmontien. Jensen Burnett in third. Diego Ardiles in fourth. Oscar Iliff fifth. Diego Guillat sixth spot. Ben Mayer in seventh. Asher Osteen in eighth. Charlie Smith ninth. And Tyler Roberts rounding out the top 10. Big runs up for Reagan Seville, up 9 spots. He goes to 12th. Nico Sarfati up 6 spots to 13th. Devin Waltz up 10 spots into the 15th spot. And Ryan Janetta from dead last up in the 19th position. But the battle up front was between Jack Iliff and Vidmontien. And Iliff ends up with the victory. 9 thousandths of a second at the line. Your unofficial podium. Iliff, Vidmontien, and Jensen Burnett. So that one's in the books. We're halfway through. Shifters up next live here on the EKN Radio Network. You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Parolin USA, Franklin Motorsports, Trinity Karting Group, and Cooper Tires. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the Superkarts USA Pro Tour and Super Nationals, with full product sales and service and professional coaching from our experienced staff. Trinity Karting Group is a full-service operation based at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, which gives us access to our custom-designed driver training facility. This allows us to offer private, one-on-one coaching to take you to the next level. Trinity Karting Group is also your Midwest home for Tony Kart and IAME, and we're your source for MG and Avinco tires in the region. Tony Kart quality cannot be beat, so call us today to put you in a new chassis for your next event. From arrive and drive and coaching programs to the parts you need, let Trinity Karting Group provide you with customer service and a racing experience second to none. Trinity Karting Group has a long history in the sport, a winning pedigree, and we're dedicated to driver development. We take pride in our professional approach and our positive attitude. Let us build a custom race program for you. Give us a call at 513-421-4463 or check us out online at trinitykartinggroup.com.
Wins at the sport's biggest races and championships across all levels of karting make up the resume for Nitro Kart. The Nitro Kart has made its statement as the best, fastest, and most reliable cadet chassis on the North American karting market. The 2021 Cadet is the evolution of that success, featuring the latest development and components to put you at the front. If you want to win in Cadet, get a Nitro Kart and join the team. The Nitro Kart Cadet claimed 5 victories at the SKUSA Pro Tour, including the Mini Swift Championship in 2020. At the United States Pro Kart Series, Nitro Kart Cadet earned 5 wins and 14 podiums in mini and micro competition. For a second straight year, Nitro Kart won the U.S. Rotax Grand Nationals in the Minimax division, bringing the title total to 4 in 4 years. If you've seen it on track, it certainly caught your eye. Dominating the 4-cycle world is the Nitro Kart Lefty chassis. The chassis is designed for the Briggs & Stratton 206 engine with a left side mount for better weight distribution. The Lefty is available in cadet and full-size frames. The Nitro Kart Lefty won the CKNA Grand Nationals 4 in both sportsman and junior categories, with fast time in qualifying for the senior division. Drivers with the Lefty were ranked number 1 in the Briggs & Stratton Weekly Racing Series for junior and cadet divisions. Team Nitro Kart will be at all major events in 2021 with programs tailored to every driver's needs. Focused on driver development, the cadet program under Team Nitro Kart has helped develop some of today's stars, including Brent Cruz, Parker DeLong, Ben Mayer, and Spencer Conrad. Visit Nitro Kart online and find them on Facebook and Instagram.
In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry with over 50 years of combined karting experience, and we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at www.franklinkart.com, where all our products are just a mouse click away. We're constantly adding to the growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, tilt seats, ceramic products, driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, OTK products, and of course, the championship-winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com. Now back to the Superkarts USA Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah, here on the EKN Radio Network. Moving our way into the second half of our main events, as we now have the drivers in the shifter kart categories rolling out on track. AJ Myers will start on the pole position alongside Jake French in Pro Shifter. Vincenzo Saraceno looked really good in the pre-final. He'll start in third alongside Jacob Gulick, the rookie in the category. Devin Smith-Harden and Josh Campbell will be on row number 3. Cole Bailey and Kyle Kennedy row 4. Daniel Cara and Ahmad Barazi on row number 5. Pierce Baldus and Michael Stevens row 6. And Billy Musgrave by himself on row 7, an issue in both qualifying and the pre-final. In Master Shifter, Jordan Musser going to start on the pole alongside Vincent Cassard. Point leader Skitchy Barnes starting third alongside Ben Schermerhorn. Anthony Stifler and Ben Cat-Reddy on row number 4. And Robert Fuge and Casey Brown on row number 6. So, field just getting into position right now. Shifter kart drivers getting set to go. 13 in the Pro Shifter class. 8 in Masters. Field set. Green, green, green. Sketchy Barnes trying to get a good start. He's going to pull alongside Cassard out front in the shifter kart in the Pro Shifter class. AJ Myers with the whole shot. French goes into second. Saraceno, I believe, up into third. And again, the Pro Shifters coming through the the bus stop for the first time, and we'll see whether or not French can match the opening lap pace here right now of AJ Myers. Myers, the number 1 ranked driver in shifter karting by eKartingNews.com, point leader here in the Pro Tour as well. He leads it through turn number 10 and 11. Saraceno behind French in third. Let's see what Billy Musgrave could do trying to work his way back forward after issues early. Great start, well, for Jordan Musser, and a strong hole shot for Skitch Barnes as he goes from P3 to P2, able to get in front of Cassard. Cassard on the CRG going to try to wind him up right now. In fact, Cassard's going to go to the inside coming out of turn 18. Cassard will take over second, back into turn number 1. So move Cassard to second and Master Shifter, and Scott Barnes into third. Myers stretching out front here in the Magic Kart USA entry. Might have a battle here right now, as I believe that's Jacob Gulick. Gulick, a rookie in the Superkarts USA Pro Tour shifter kart category. Seen him in many years in X30 Senior, but again, opening year, first year as a rookie here, shifter, and he's been pretty strong out of the gate. And with GFC karting. Gulick in the 215, trying to get a big run here on Saraceno. Devin Smith Harden, strong run as well, running the Race Factory chassis. He's in 5th spot. He's in front of Billy Musgrave right now. Musgrave's had a really good start up to P6. Josh Campbell, 7th. Kyle Kennedy, 8th. Cole Bailey, 9th. And Michael Stevens in 10th. Musser, Cassard, and Barnes, 1, 2, 3 in Master Shifter. And about a second back to Ben Schermerhorn, P4 in the category. And you've got Venkat Reddy running in 5th spot. Anthony Stifler in 6th. Robert Fouge in the 7th spot. And Casey Brown, 8th. Gulick turned down the purple lap last time by. In fact, he's going to make the move by Saraceno and move Gulick to P3. Jacob Gulick into the 3rd spot. Billy Musgrave able to get by Devin Smith Harden as well. So Musgrave in the factory kart entry. Pull things up. Musgrave, can he close up now on Saraceno? He is on a roll right now. We're going to get a fast lap on a Musgrave here. Let's see, 57.022 to a 56.252. Not even close, but he's got by Devin Smith Harden. Let's see what happens when he spools it up and gets open. Right now, Billy Musgrave 1.2 seconds behind Saraceno. 3.4 behind the leader, A.J. Myers, who's stretching away already from Jake French. He went purple last time by, a 56.252 for A.J. Myers. French turned his best lap as well, 56.440. Almost 2/10 off, though, as Myers got great speed here. French again, his best lap, 56.282 with 0.8 of a second. And there it is. Purple lap for Billy Musgrave, 56.182. 0.4 faster than Saraceno, 0.8 back. Remember one of the things about Musgrave right now, I think he may have only got one lap in practice. Pulled in early, I believe, as well, or rather in qualifying. I think he pulled in early as well in the pre-main, the pre-final, so he may have pretty fresh tires here as well. I don't know. This track, as I said, notoriously rough on tires. We'll see if that potentially plays out here for Billy Musgrave as he's pushing hard, P5 right now. He went purple last time by. Musgrave trying to close up on Saraceno. Of course, Musgrave steering the new factory kart chassis, which is of his own design. Built in Southern California. Just got their brand new website, factorykart.com. The only factory kart here this weekend. Jacob Yesnik was one of our factory kart drivers at NOLA, as was Chente Salas. Yesnik is not here, and Salas injured his ribs, not able to get back out. He's on the shelf for a couple of weeks. Myers resets fast lap with a 56.146. Saraceno turns his fast lap 56.352 to match that of Musgrave, holding that gap at 0.8 of a second. Everybody behind them, 7th on back, all turning their fastest laps. Josh Campbell, 7th. Kyle Kennedy, 8th. Michael Stevens, 9th. Cole Bailey, Pierce Baldus, Daniel Cara, all turning their fastest laps, as did Musser and Cassard in Master Shifter. Jordan Musser and Vincent Cassard, 1.5 second separating the two of them. They run 1-2. Sketchy Barnes in 3rd, but Ben Schermerhorn starting to roll in Barnes. Picking up the battle here with Scott Sketchy Barnes under Bermuda, and he's got about maybe 6 kart lengths right now on Schermerhorn. Ben Schermerhorn trying to reel him in to go to P3. A.J. Myers continues to stretch away. We'll have a look at the lap time. This time by again. Let's see. This time he doesn't stretch. That does have the fast lap of 56.146, but Jake French turned his best lap again, 56.255, about a tenth quicker. Long way to go, only 7 laps down in a 20 lap or 13 laps remaining. We'll head into the X30 categories next time by. X30 Junior, X30 Master, X30 Senior, all up next. Myers leads, still just under a second though. Jacob Gulick has Saraceno still behind him, but not by much, maybe a couple of kart lengths, that's it. Gulick was able to get by a couple laps to go, but has not been able to pull away. And Musgrave not doing what he needs to do to close up either. Musgrave comes into the championship sitting 5th. Danny Formal not here in front of him, so pull him out of the championship. Musgrave is only a point behind Formal. He's 220 points behind A.J. Myers, who was dominant on the weekend. And he's trying to do it again here right now. A.J. Myers trying to see if he can't solidify the championship. For all intents and purposes, he could all but lock it here this weekend if he's able to get a sweeps of the weekend again. Have to show up at Newcastle and put in one day's work and essentially get another championship. French was again quicker last time by, but only by a couple hundredths of a second. Jacob Gulick, P3, Saraceno 4th, Musgrave 5th, Campbell 6th, Smith Harden 7th, Stevens 8th, Kennedy 9th, and Bailey 10th. Vincent Cassard is not letting Jordan Musser pull away that quickly. Both drivers turning 57.4, so Cassard, impressive in his pace. Driver to Houston, Texas on the SSR Motorsports CRG Nordam entry, the CRG chassis. In fact, Cassard's got a faster lap of 57.390. That would be a fast lap for Cassard. That'd be the bonus points there, too, 10 bonus points. Master Shifter coming in. Cassard actually 3rd in points, back by just 60 points from Skitchy Barnes. Only 46 behind Musser, so this thing ain't over. All it takes is a DNF from somebody and kind of change things around, doesn't it? Both Josh Campbell and Devin Smith Harden turning their fastest laps on lap number 9. Leaders have stretched away, but I'll tell you, 3rd, 4th, and 5th just keep getting closer and closer. Saraceno down only 0.3 ahead of Gulick, and again, Musgrave only a half second behind Gulick. If you look at lap times last time by, Musgrave was about 0.3 quicker than both of them. Yeah, Musgrave most definitely closing up on Gulick. Saraceno was able to get back by, so Saraceno's gone to P3. Gulick 4th. 5th is Musgrave. Big run down the straightaway for Billy Musgrave. Yeah, he closes up nicely here on Gulick. Jacob Gulick, the leading driver in the rookie race here for the rookie of the race. The only two rookies, Jacob Gulick and Ahmad Barazi. And Gulick has that spot right now. Master shifter category. Venkat Reddy, the only driver we have in the Super Masters class. 45 years of age and older. Everybody else anywhere between 30 and 39 years of age. Venkat Reddy, 53 years of age in the Masters class. Venkat currently running, where is he right now? 7th. Right behind Robert Fuge. What kind of battle we're going to get? Musgrave is through. Billy Musgrave able to get by Jacob Gulick to move Musgrave to P4. 7 laps to go for Musgrave. Can he now reel in Saraceno for the final spot of the podium? Musgrave showing the pace of that factory car chassis. Oh, a little further back. Big battle there. The 241 and the 286. That was a big battle. That was Stevens and Bailey. Stevens goes into the inside of turn 11. Got up on the curbing a little bit. And got into the side of Bailey on the exit. I think Kyle Kennedy was trying to slide through there as well. Kennedy might have been able to get by Bailey. I don't think he was able to get by Stevens, but I know they're scrapping it out still there. Bailey potentially just back by Stevens in turn number 2. Let's have a look at the Masters grid here right now. Jordan Musser leading the way. Vincent Kassard runs in second. Ben Schermerhorn has gone by Skitchy Barnes and moved Schermerhorn into the 3rd spot. Skitchy Barnes and Anthony Stifler running out the top 5. Devin Smith Harden. A couple laps to go. So AJ Myers, your leader. Again, I apologize, folks, for those listening at home with the PA. It is system here just isn't set up to run where we are out here in our broadcast center, but we're doing the best we can with what we've got. Laps winding down. Myers leading, 5 to go. Jake French has been consistent and strong lap times, but still fast time for AJ Myers will give him 10 more bonus points, looking to sweep the weekend. The only thing he didn't do was get the pole. Jacob Gulick was able to steal those 10 points away from AJ Myers, but nonetheless, Myers looking to try to get 310 points on the day. French runs in second. Saraceno third. Let's have a look at the gap, though, here. Musgrave quicker by about 0.2 of a second. He's 0.7 back with 4 to go. Opportunity for Billy Musgrave, who started 13th, to potentially go to P3, up 9 spots as it is. Jacob Gulick, your top rookie right now in the 5th spot. Josh Campbell, 6th. Michael Stevens, 7th. Cole Bailey, 8th. Kyle Kennedy, 9th. And Jordan Musser, 10th. Driver into pit lane. That is the number 215 of Jacob Gulick into pit lane as your lead rookie. And he is out. Trouble for Jacob Gulick from 5th. That's going to move Josh Campbell to 5th. Michael Stevens up to 6th. Bailey to 7th. Kennedy to 8th. 9th would be Daniel Cara, and 10th would be Pierce Baldus. Ahmad Barazi, I believe, then will come in as the lead rookie driver on the racetrack. Barazi for Leading Edge Motorsports out of Katy, Texas in the Formula K. Barazi will be your lead rookie, top rookie on the track. Myers leading by 1.4 seconds with 3 to go. X30 Junior will be up next. Good fight here between Cole Bailey and Michael Stevens. Man, Stevens looking over his shoulder. Bailey tried to go at him. Kyle Kennedy there to clean up as well. Bailey trying the outside move. What a great battle this is. Bailey to the bottom of the racetrack. Slide job in turn 2. Bailey's going to take the position. Can he hold it through 3? He does. Cole Bailey going to 6th. 6th, 7th, and 8th. The best battle on the racetrack right now. That is a strong fight. 2 to go. Musgrave throwing everything right now. It's Saraceno, the over-under coming in at 11. Can't quite get it. Grabs another gear. Musgrave all over Saraceno. Myers going by a lap car. Here comes Musgrave. See what kind of power we got down the straightaway here. Musgrave's going to go to the outside. Saraceno driving the bottom. Musgrave trying to set him up to get the run over to turn number 2. Better run out. Big move to the inside again for Saraceno. He's on full defense mode. And Musgrave trying to find a way by. Cole Bailey stretching out on Michael Stevens a bit, P6. White flag and a fly for the leader. Actually looking for the checker. This will be the final lap. Musgrave trying to get Saraceno final spot on the podium. Saraceno's going to park it in the hairpin of turn 10, this time to the outside. Musgrave throwing everything at him. Over under in turn 11. Book it. Musgrave through for P3. Here comes the leader on the front straightaway. Back to back jacks for A.J. Myers. 3 straight wins. Second spot goes to Jake French. Last lap pass, Billy Musgrave. Getting 3rd. Over under on Saraceno over in turn number 11. So Musgrave from 13th to 3rd. We've seen these guys on the podium before. Myers, French, and Musgrave. 1, 2, 3. A little easier for Myers. He started on the pole and jetted away and got the race win. French from 2nd held on to the spot. Musgrave had to work for it. 13th to 10th. Saraceno ends up in 4th. Josh Campbell 5th. Cole Bailey 6th. 7th was Michael Stevens. 8th Kyle Kennedy. 9th Daniel Cara. And 10th was Pierce Baldus. Ahmad Barazi, top rookie driver. He'll get that award at the podium presentations. In Master Shifter, solid victory for Jordan Musser as he ends up winning over Vincent Cassard and Ben Schermerhorn. Skitchy Barnes in 4th, and Anthony Stifler rounding out the top 5. Great battling throughout the field. Not so much up front, a dominating run for both Myers and Jordan Musser, but a great battle at the end between, of course, Michael Stevens and Cole Bailey. Bailey coming out on top, P6, and Musgrave able to do a final lap over-under on Vincenzo Saraceno in turn 11. Musgrave stepping onto the final rung of the podium. That's it for Shifter on the day here for round number 3. 3 straight Pro Tour victories for A.J. Myers. Just steps away from clinching the championship for another year. And again, we move into X30 now. X30 Junior up next live here on the EKN Radio Network. You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Parolin USA, Franklin Motorsports, Trinity Karting Group, and Cooper Tires. Established in 1999, PSL Karting has become a powerhouse within the karting industry for North America and around the world. PSL Karting is your complete source for all Burrell Art products as the North American importer, providing this top quality product through both their expansive dealer network or through the PSLKarting.com online store. Whatever you need is available 24/7 online, including safety gear, parts, components, and full karting packages. All three brands, Burrell Art, Ricardo Kart, and Charles Leclerc karts are in stock and ready to hit the track. Grab your winning chassis for any category by visiting pslkarting.com to find your nearest dealer. PSL Karting is always looking for interest in new dealers and teams to help create new business relationships. Drivers looking to take their talents to the next level can join the Burrell Art North America race team, competing at all the major U.S. and Canadian events this season. When you're ready to win, go with PSL Karting. It all started in 1994, when former successful kart driver Albino Parolin decided to move his passion for karting from the track to his small workshop. That's when Parolin was born. Fast forward 20 years, and Parolin's passion for the sport led to the company rejoining international competitions as a factory team in WSK and CIK FIA races, with the aim of enhancing the research and development process, immediately achieving notable results around Europe, North America, and Asia, becoming the CIK FIA Asia Pacific KZ champion in the same year. Parolin USA is North America's source for Parolin products, and we run a factory team at all of the major Superkarts USA and Rock Cup USA events. The Parolin chassis lineup for 2021 includes the Invader Shifter, the Le Mans Tag single-speed chassis for junior and senior classes, and the 28mm mini kart for the cadet classes. Parolin has been winning races all over the world, and it's on top of the podium in the USA as well, with drivers like Kai Sorensen, Mateus Orjuela, and Alessandro De Tullio. Get on the chassis that's winning. Drive a Parolin. For more information, head to ParolinUSA.com. Are you ready to step up your game? If so, joining the Rawlson Performance Group is the obvious choice to take your racing to the next level. Industry-leading driver development is provided by our staff of multi-time national champions, Super Nationals winners, and Team USA members. Now back to the Superkarts USA Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah, here on the EKN Radio Network. So 3 more races remaining on the docket here at the Superkarts USA Pro Tour Spring Nationals opening day, round number 3 of the Pro Tour here at the Utah Motorsports Campus. We get set to go with the drivers in the X30 Junior category. Max Garcia starting on the pole alongside Paul Bocuse. It'll be Jack Jefferson, Cole Kleck on row 2. Caleb Gaffera and Carson Morgan, row number 3. Noah Baker, Chase Hand on row 4. Parker DeLong, Rowan Gill, row 5. Michael Costello and Graham Rahal, row 6. Graham Trammell, row 6. Field coming into the staging lanes, and we're underway. Green has blown for X30 Junior. They'll roll themselves down into turn number 1. Garcia coming out the other side, cleaning one driver big off, dropping a wheel sideways, and 3 of them getting together on the entry into turn number 2. Field coming into the bus stop for the first time. Garcia does slide into the lead. Jeffers goes into second. I want to say it's Caleb Gaffera up into the 3rd spot. Oh, yeah, they're battling out aggressively here now, trying to get positions. An opening lap coming through 11 and 12. First of all, 10, then 11 and 12 is tough because it is so close and so tight coming down to such a slow corner. Indeed, here's the top 10 as they come across the line. Max Garcia leading. Jeffers goes to 2nd. Caleb Gaffera 3rd. Noah Baker 4th. Paul Bocuse into 5th. Michael Costello in the 6th spot. Cole Kleck in 7th. Parker DeLong 8th. Carson Morgan 9th. And Jeremy Fletcher rounding out your first lap top 10. 2 drivers off coming through turn number 2 and 3. The dust starts to clear. Looks like they're able to continue, but just a bit off the side of the racetrack. But definitely someone falling down the order as we now have a three-driver breakaway with Garcia, Jefferson, Guevara. Top four drivers trying to stretch away, but Paul Bocuse and the Parolin right there, P5. Driver the 70, 71 trying to reel back up on them. Front four, see if they can't stretch away. Garcia, Guevara, Jefferson, Baker. Although Fletcher back there in 6 just turned fast lap for the number 722. 60.500 for Fletcher. Jerry Fletcher comes in as the point leader. 33-point lead over Carson Morgan. Fletcher trying to make sure he gets a good result here. Remember, the key here in the Pro Tour, 6 races, 1 drop. You want 6 quality results. You can have one that's not fantastic, but you want at least all of them to be quality, so you're dropping something that's not too killer. You get that DNF, and that's when everything else starts to step up. Paul Bocuse trying the outside right now, and Noah Baker, and indeed he does. Bocuse around the outside at turn number 11. Great pass. Bocuse now to 4th. And they're racing aggressively enough that it's pretty tight up front here now. In fact, probably 7 drivers in the lead group. Then a little gap back to the 727 to Chase Hand. X30 Masters will follow. We'll cap the day with X30 Senior. Caleb Guevara has gone to P1 on the Burrell Art. They have been working on that chassis all weekend long to try to get it to where they want it to be. It looks pretty good here in the main event as he and Garcia pulling away. These are 2 drivers we watched come up through micro together, mini together, side by side, wheel to wheel, nose to tail, and it's Guevara. And now Max Garcia on the wheel. Power Kart 1-2. They're trying to stretch away. Paul Bocuse, who worked his way from 6th to 5th, now to 4th. He's P3. What a great run for Paul Bocuse. Up into the 3rd spot. But again, Guevara leading in the number 744. The North Carolina driver. Tap of the helmet. Looking for some help from Garcia. Garcia gave him no help at all in the pre-final and went right by him. If they work together now, they may be able to pull away. Guevara leading. Garcia 2nd. Again, they've been rivals throughout their entire career, coming up through micro and mini, and here now to the X30 Junior category. They continue to stretch out as Paul Bocuse now runs in that 3rd spot. Got to work together to pull away. Behind them, Noah Baker runs behind Bocuse in the 4th position. Fletcher now up into the 5th spot. Jack Jeffers runs in 6th. 7th, I believe, is Chase Hand, or is that now Michael Costello? It is. Costello to 7th. Kleck in 8th. Mossman, Frankie Mossman out of nowhere. From 16th up into 9th. Mossman getting aggressive. He's down the bottom. Hand's going to get another spot as they bump and bang each other. Could be some pushbacks there over in turn number 10 and 11, rather, as they stacked it up in 11. Garcia's gone to the lead. He's quick. He's trying to pull away from Guevara, but Caleb going to tuck right back in, use that draft. He'll go to the outside of 1. Give himself a better turn into turn number 1. Out of 1 to turn number 2 now, and it's still Garcia and Guevara. We'll see if that pairing, that lineup, allows them to pull away. Driver coming down pit lane, the number 715, Lydia Small. She'll park it. Still 14 laps to go. We're so early in this one. Garcia and Gafera trying to stretch away. And they're fighting for third spot. This is ideal for, contact between two drivers. Fletcher, your point leader, and Bocuse. Jeremy Fletcher and Paul Bocuse together, and Bocuse will drive off to the outside of the racetrack. A slide job move gone wrong for Jeremy Fletcher, as I believe he tried to throw it in there and climbed up the side of Bocuse, who just looks at the side of the cart and says, I'm done. Bocuse had put on a great show coming up to P3 at a time, but that fighting for third position has allowed those drivers to pull away. Jeffers now up into third, Baker fourth, Morgan fifth, Costello in sixth spot, Hand seventh. Again, the gap between second and third about 1.5 seconds. Gafera losing Garcia just a little bit. You'll want to use it. Bocuse able to get back rolling, whatever it was. Bocuse is back on the racetrack. Whether he's going to bring it to pit lane or not, I wouldn't be surprised if they tell him to go to pit lane, being so far back. Indeed, I think he's going to roll into pit lane. He does. Not sure what it was. Radiator doesn't look too bad, but Paul Bocuse bringing the car into pit lane. Tough on the contact between he and Fletcher. So now it's Jack Jeffers running in third spot, Noah Baker in fourth. Do they have the speed to potentially reel back in on the leaders? Let's have a look here, lap times. Well, they did just turn their fastest laps. 60.5 for Jeffers, 60.5 for Baker, and a 60.4 for Morgan. Chase Hand from sixth goes purple. 60.396, fastest driver on the track. Gafera, 60.841. Indeed doesn't have the pace right now to stay with Garcia, but Gafera needs to get up on the wheel if he doesn't want to get reeled in by the guys behind him. 1.2 seconds back, and he was 3 tenths of a second slower than Jeffers on the last lap. Gafera's run a 60.5 lap before, but he's got to get consistent. Although that next group could be racing. Morgan in the 701 making a move to the inside of Baker in turn 11. And Garcia pulling away in the Will Power Cart. Fourth, fifth, and sixth lined up. Morgan, Baker, and Hand. Another purple lap for Chase Hand, 60.215. Has not used it to be able to make a move yet, but he has stretched away a bit from seventh place running Michael Costello, who's got Cole Kleck right behind him, and then just a little further back to Cameron Brinkman and Frankie Mossman. Garcia's lead about 8 tenths of a second over Gafera last time by. Garcia matching his fast time with a 60.4. Gafera still a couple of tenths off. One driver shuffled well off the track over in turn number 7, or rather number 11. I think that might have been Cole Kleck. Yeah, the 772 of Kleck getting shuffled off. Look at the live timing and missed that one on track. Logan Toke coming in the 757. He's done as well. Max Garcia flat pulling away here now in this main event. Alex Mercado as well into pit lane. Couple of drivers coming in early. Gafera's going to have himself a battle pretty soon with the 4 drivers coming up behind him. Garcia pulling away. Gafera still running in that second spot. But here comes Cole Morgan. Morgan will go to the inside of Jack Jeffers to take over third, and he's already through. Gafera's getting anxious. You can see him hopping in the wheel to see them try to see if he can't close back up. Just urging that cart to have a little bit more. As I said, they've worked on that thing throughout the weekend. Looks like it's probably the best it's been, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for a podium finish today, because here comes Morgan, Jeffers in hand. Not far back, Noah Baker. Big run back then there to Michael Costello. Gafera's going to have to pull out all the bag of tricks that he has Eventually, he's going to get swallowed up by these guys, and we'll be racing with the rest of them and be fighting to try to see if he can't get himself a top 3 finish, get on the podium. Out front, though, Max Garcia making it look easy all by himself. Look for Cole Morgan, or Carson Morgan, rather, to make the move here coming out of turn 9. Yeah, he'll go to the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, Gaffera doesn't want to give it up, but he'll tuck back in. He'll go to third as Morgan to second. This could be the help that Gaffera needs, get in the draft behind Morgan to see if he can't stick with him. Morgan with a bit better mid-corner speed, able to get a good jump out of turn number 11 and 12. Already pulls about a full, I say even almost 2 kart lengths, so definitely mid-corner there. Yeah, he was able to pull out cleanly. Chase Hand has gone around Jack Jeffers, and it's full defense mode for Gaffera down the bottom of the racetrack as he's trying to hold off Hand. He is just desperately holding on to whatever he can. Fletcher into pit lane in the number 722 after the contact as well with Bocuse. So that's it for Jeremy Fletcher. That's your point leader, folks. Cole Kleck into pit lane as well. What's happening? A quick look over at the points again. How many guys have pulled off here? Cole Kleck 6th. Paul Bocuse 4th. Jeremy Fletcher 1st. 3 of the top 6 drivers are out. Cole Morgan runs in 2nd spot. Garcia is the leader. Noah Baker now in 6th. Gaffera still holding everybody up there, P3. Be a busy day for Gaffera if he's able to hold them back. Jack Jeffers right behind him. Jeffers behind Gaffera. Then it's Noah Baker and Chase Hand. Gaffera's going to stay to the bottom. There's no way he's going to come up. He doesn't want that dive bomb move to the inside. Bottom goes Gaffera. This is allowing Cole Morgan open racetrack to try to chase down Max Garcia. Last time by, though, Garcia quicker by almost a full 1/10 of a second. Garcia turned his best lap of 60.297. See what Jeffers does to pull the trigger to get by, or whether or not Noah Baker starts getting a little bit more impatient. Actually, the impatience looked like it's coming a bit from Hand, although Noah Baker was thinking about the outside of Jeffers in turn number 11. All the way down the bottom of the racetrack for Caleb Gaffera as he is running the defensive line all the way around this 9/10 of a mile, 18-turn circuit here at the Utah Motorsports Campus. Doing everything he can to hold him at bay. Jeffers giving him the tap again, trying to see if he can't shake him a little bit. Jeffers and Gaffera comfortable to run the bottom. Medium defensive into turn number 2. Doesn't go all the way to the inside of the racetrack. Does open the door, but Jeffers not able to get the job done there. I think Jeffers, of course, worried about Baker behind him as well. If he takes the big wide sweep to the inside, outside of turn 1 to try to get that better run, you know that Noah Baker's coming in, because Baker's starting to get a little bit impatient. Gaffera to the bottom, still of 11. He runs wide this time, has a bit of room, gets a better run through turn 11. Opens the door, but Jeffers not close enough to pull the trigger. Behind that, 4 drivers there running now from 3rd back to 7th. Frankie Mossman has got his way up into the 7th spot. 3rd back to 6th, so Frankie Mossman up into 7th. 9-position improvement. Michael Costello in 8th, Parker DeLong 9th, and Cameron Brinkman. Actually, Brinkman in 9th, Costello 10th. How about Laney Benjamin up 10 spots? Laney, of course, using some of the attrition that we've had, but Laney now up into the 12th position. Mossman up into 9th. Garcia still leading, and another fast lap for Garcia, personal best, a 60.275. Chase Hand with a fast lap, 60.067. Gaffera has been eaten up, and all 3 drivers quickly went by. So Gaffera, who led at one time, now 6th in the order. His best bet will be to try to stay with these guys as much as possible so he doesn't get reeled in by Frankie Mossman or Parker DeLong, who are behind him. DeLong has made the move by to 7th. Waiting for Garcia to put in a purple lap here pretty soon. Hasn't done it. Backs it down to a 60.365. 2.1 second the lead now for Garcia. Gaffera in 6th spot. Started 5th, now 6th. They'll go back to work to try to find that little bit more. Garcia's lead massive. Morgan, same in 2nd. Jeffers able to pull away a little bit now in that 3rd position as Noah Baker still holding off Chase Hand. I got to think Chase Hand will pull the trigger here pretty soon because he sees Jeffers pulling away a bit. There goes Hand to the inside. Yeah, making the move down into turn number 10. Book it. Chase Hand is through. He'll go to P4. Hand, I think, one of the faster drivers on the racetrack. I think it's too late for him to catch the leaders, but remember, Jeffers is P3. That's a podium finish. It's been a pretty impressive debut national season for the Californian. Chase Hand. Noah Baker right up back on his rear bumper now. This time, Hand will have to run a little bit more defensive. He tries to catch up to Jack Jeffers. Jeffers just turned his fast lap, 60.259. Not going to make it easy. X30 Masters up next, followed by X30 Senior to cap off round 3. The 2021 Pro Tour will come back tomorrow morning, do it all over again, live here on EKN at 9 o'clock in the morning, qualifying for micro. Everyone will be on track here for warm-ups, though, starting at 8 o'clock. Could be an interesting day tomorrow. Chilly, very chilly to start the day. Cooling down here now as well. A high of 61 tomorrow. Potential for some rain overnight could be interesting. Just says cloudy with a high of 60 tomorrow. 24% chance of precipitation sometime during the day. Cross our fingers, but potential to have some steady rain overnight is what I'm reading here trackside on weather.com. Garcia's lead now 2.5 seconds. 2 laps to go for the Floridian on the Will Power Kart. Morgan 2nd, Jeffers 3rd, Chase Hand 4th. Big, big lead. Chase Hand has gone to 3rd. Hand to P3. Let's see if Jeffers can steal it back from him again. Around the outside, not quite enough. Hand's going to force the issue, holds the spot. But Jeffers tried to run the outside, run the rail, and won. Into 3, and it's still Hand up front. That group, P3. Noah Baker there to clean up any mess. Through the bus stop already, though, comes Max Garcia. Took the lead from Caleb Gaffera after the 2 of those drivers jetted away early, and he has been untouchable. Doesn't have the fast lap of the race. It's got the ones that count. Another pass further back. Jeffers back by on the inside of turn number 10, so Jeffers goes back to P1. Look at this, right on, over-under comes Noah Baker, got some both in turn number 10. Baker goes from 5th to 3rd. Baker, the over-under on both of them, they loaded up. Back to the start-finish line, double checker for the winner here today, Max Garcia. He scores the victory. Carson Morgan 2nd. What a final lap for Noah Baker as Jeffers was slowed up, Ham was slowed up. They all tiptoed through 11. Baker said, all right, big over-under. Beat them out of the corner and over to the 13, 14, 15 complex of S's. Noah Baker caught him napping as he gets through. Jeffers ends up in 4th. Chase Hand 5th. Caleb Gaffera holds on for 6th spot. Parker DeLong in 7th. Frankie Mossman up 8 spots from 16th to 8th. Graham Trammell in 9th, and Rowan Gill rounds out the top 10. Lainey Benjamin up 11 spots. Started 22nd. She ends up 11th. But up front, Max Garcia putting on an absolute show. 2.8 seconds the advantage for Garcia over Carson Morgan and Noah Baker. That is your unofficial podium here in X30 Junior. 2 more races to go. Next up, after this break, X30 Master. You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour SpringNationals. live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Parolin USA, Franklin Motorsports, Trinity Karting Group, and Cooper Tires. Are you ready to step up your game? If so, joining the Rawlson Performance Group is the obvious choice to take your racing to the next level. Industry-leading driver development is provided by our staff of multi-time national champions, Super Nationals winners, and Team USA members. And at the same time, RPG continues to be a national-level powerhouse race team. Our goal is to help you raise your game and win races. We work with all age groups, and we're focused on developing cadet and junior drivers who are ready to take the next step in their racing program. Rawlson Performance Group has set a new standard with our in-house engine program, AVP Engines, headed by Alex Vincent. AVP has become the benchmark in both IAME and ROC competition. We also have the largest OTK inventory that follows our race team, providing trackside parts at all the major events in North America. RPG also offers multilingual support with French, Spanish, and Portuguese-speaking staff. If you want to fight for championships or want to improve your skills and your chances to win, the answer is to call RPG at 503-260-4514. The Rawlson Performance Group. We race to win. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the Superkarts USA Pro Tour and Super Nationals with full... Now back to the Superkarts USA Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah, here on the EKN Radio Network. So 2 more races remaining here in round number 3 of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour. X30 Master, brought to you by Comet Kart Sales, will be rolled out here momentarily. Drivers coming out of here and ready to roll into their staging lanes. Billy Cleveland, 63 years of age. Unbelievable. On the pole alongside Jess Peterson. Ian Kunches will start in the 3rd spot with Glauber Granero on the outside. Martin Stone and Matt Johnson on row number 3. Mario Barrios and Robert Switzler, row 4. Steve Wiener on row 5. But 63 years young, Billy Cleveland on the pole, trying to get another race win. Cleveland, the veteran, bringing him up here to start finish. And they're underway. Cleveland. And the green rolls as we get down into 1. Cleveland takes the whole shot. And will zip through turn number 1 and 2. Big fight for the spot early, though. Indeed, that's Ian Kunches putting a ton of pressure on Cleveland from the get-go. Thinking about trying to get by for the lead here early. Jess Peterson sliding into the 2nd spot. Matt Johnson goes P3. Kunches, though, in the Forward Direction Motorsports Comp Kart machine into 2nd. That's the front-running foursome. Glauber Granero runs in 5th. Mario Barrios all the way back into the 6th position. Martin Stone in 7th. Switzler and Wiener. You think about the championship battle right now. It shapes up. Jess Peterson with the point lead. Mario Barrios in 2nd. Really, those 2 drivers, the only ones in the championship fight. Everyone else either not here that was at the Winter Nationals or making their first starts of the year, like Billy Cleveland and Matt Johnson and Ian Kunches. Peterson by to go to second. Ian Kunch's holding on now to third spot over Matt Johnson. Drops a little bit of a wheel. Look for Johnson to try to take advantage here. Little tap going into turn number 10. Johnson looking to the inside of Kunch's in turn number 1, and he'll take the move. Johnson goes to P3. So it's Cleveland, Peterson, and Johnson. 1, 2, 3. Ian Kunch is now back into the 4th spot. Temp starting to fall here, trackside again. Barrios runs in the 5th position. Granaro in 6th. Stone 7th. Switzer and Wiener 8th and 9th. Number of drivers, Supermasters eligible in this category. Barrios at 49 years of age. Switzler at 57. Wiener at 59. Cleveland at 63. We got drivers in their early 30s like Ian Stone and Jesh Peterson. Ian Kunches. Travis Irving was supposed to start here this weekend. Don't see Travis obviously part of the action here this weekend. So we were expecting 10, ended up with 9. Could have a battle for the lead coming here pretty soon. Maybe a battle as well for P4 as Mario Barrios closing up on Kunches, but I think Johnson's one to watch, whether or not he has the pace to clean up to Johnson here. Everybody turning their fast laps, of course, here on lap number 3. These Savinko's just starting to go up to temperature. As I said, mercury starting to fall once again. It says 63, but with this wind, with the wind chill, it's got to be a lot cooler than that. The wind will definitely lower the track temp. Jess Peterson's gone to the lead, sliding by Billy Cleveland, so the point leader. Looking to get some more. Matt Johnson definitely closing up on both of those drivers as well. Yeah, Johnson getting a good run out of the bus stop on Cleveland. See if he tries it down in turn number 10. Not quite close enough to make the move. Johnson's going to make sure it's right before he pulls the trigger on a guy like Cleveland. Billy sees he can't reel it back in, try to get back by Peterson. You think about this as well, right? Just age-wise, the drivers in this category here as well. Jess Peterson, 33. Billy Cleveland is 63. Matt Johnson, 41 years old. But literally, Billy Cleveland's twice as old or more than Ian Kunches, and this guy has got such a resume. This guy, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, at the age of 40, was still running Formula A, Billy Cleveland. This guy runs at the top level and has for many, many years. Formula A running against the likes of a Patrick Long, Danica Patrick, back when they were running Formula A. And he's a karting lifer, and that's why at 63 years of age, he's back out here again at the Superkarts USA Pro Tour race, qualifies on pole, wins the pre-final, and trying to battle it out for the podium here, just trying to hold back. Driver 22 years is junior. Johnson at 41 years of age. Again, another driver who, for the longest time, ran in the senior category, even into his mid to late 30s. Wasn't running in the Masters category. It wasn't until 39 years of age that I think he even started running Masters and won a championship on the Pro Tour. Big run down the straightaway. Johnson trying to find a way by Billy Cleveland. Jess Peterson using the pressure that Johnson's putting on Cleveland to stretch away a little bit here. Minor advantage. He's trying to get that extra bit for the championship. Jess Peterson over Mario Barrios in the championship hunt right now. Barrios runs fourth. Peterson with the fast lap of the race bonus. 10 markers as well there. A 60.085. He runs P1. 7/10 quicker than Cleveland. X30 Senior drivers starting to roll their carts out onto the grid as they will be the last race on track. Johnson now by Cleveland, by the way. He has gone to P2. Cleveland in that third position. Indeed, the X30 Seniors will roll out next. Still about 13 laps, 12 laps remaining in this one. 20 lapper for the drivers in the Masters category. Robert Switzler has pulled off the racetrack here, so he is done. Did that earlier in the run. So Switzler is out. Moves Steve Weiner to 8th spot. Granero runs in 7th. Martin Stone in 6th. Issue early for Martin put him well back. Ian Kuncha still holding on to the 5th spot. Just turned his fast lap, a 60.805. 3.3 seconds behind Barrios and 5.7 behind the race leaders. Jess Peterson's lead, 1.2 seconds right now. 10 laps to go. Matt Johnson quicker by a 10th. That comes up a little bit short. Will Johnson close up? Do we have a battle for the race win potentially coming together with the halfway flags being thrown? Johnson would have to be quicker by about a 10th or more per lap, maybe a little bit more per lap. Not close enough to get any kind of a draft right now either. But who's got the cart that's coming in? Last time by, Johnson turned his fastest lap. Peterson was about 2/10 off of his. Barrios closing up a bit here on Cleveland, but not by much. Both drivers turning 60.2 second laps. Johnson is 60.1, 1.2 back. Can he get it down here by at least a 10th? Coming across the line. Steve Weiner into pit lane. No, he doesn't. Peterson backs up his best lap, 60.068 with a 60.078. Jess Peterson stretching a little more cushion. Again, 9 to go. Peterson's lead with 8 to go, 1.310 seconds. Both drivers turning 60.219s. Johnson's got a dig in the bag of tricks here. Again, both drivers 60.1s. So evenly matched. Battle may be for that third position, final rung on the podium. Mario Barrios trying to steal it away from Billy Cleveland. These drivers both battling as well for the Supermasters trophy as the top Supermasters driver in the field, 45 years of age and older. Billy Cleveland at 63, Mario Barrios at 49. Funny thing is, neither of these drivers are guys that really will want that trophy. They want the number one trophy. They don't care about a Supermasters trophy. They want P1. Barrios really starting to put the pressure. Cleveland a little bit wide on the entry into turn number 11, and that's put Barrios right on his rear bumper. Peterson and Johnson just so absolutely evenly matched right now. Every lap time almost exactly the same. Johnson finally goes quicker, turns his fast lap 60.078. And Barrios is back there unconsciously hoping. Oh, in fact, I think he just slipped through. He did. Barrios, I believe, through to take over third. He's thinking championship, that battle against Jesh Peterson. He really needs Matt Johnson to turn a purple lap. Either himself or Johnson needs to get that purple lap. It also puts Barrios into third. That would be the leader in the Supermasters category as well, the subcategory for the Masters class. We do that both in X30 Master and Master Shifter. Venkat Reddy, our only Supermasters driver in the Master Shifter class. Peterson, Johnson, Cleveland, that was the top three last time by. Now Barrios up into P3 as he gets by Cleveland. 5 to go this time by. Oh, Peterson went purple, but not for long. Matt Johnson, 59.974. Got a half a tenth there, still 1.2 back. Peterson, I think, has got what it takes to cruise to the finish here. Turning the lap times, he has just turned his best lap time with a 60.029. But Johnson, the first driver to break that 60-second mark to go 59.9. Johnson's not done. Neither is Billy Cleveland. He's still trying to dig in to get third place back from Mario Barrios. X30 Senior to cap off the day. Glauber Granero brings the number 512 into pit lane from 7th position. 6 drivers remain here in X30 Masters, brought to you by Comet Kart Sales. Keep looking at the splits. Do we get another purple lap? Johnson trying to steal away the 10 bonus points from Peterson as well. That may be crucial to Mario Barrios too. Peterson getting those 10 bonus points would even further extend the championship. Peterson actually quicker than Johnson last time by. So the gap still 1.2. Senior drivers on the grid and ready to go. Billy Cleveland not letting Mario Barrios get away at all. 2 kart lengths coming down the back straightaway through 9. Cleveland closing up, thinking about the inside of turn number 10. Cleveland's not done, going for P3. Closes again. Yeah, Billy Cleveland's close. Temperature dropping here, tracks, as I said, maybe not so much ambient as what we're seeing here on the, it's 61 degrees, but this wind is whistling in our faces and is feeling significantly cooler. Fast lap still belongs to Matt Johnson. 59.974. That's the 10-point bonus that Jess Peterson would like to have stolen. Coming across the line, Peterson stretched it out to 1.321 now. As Johnson just a bit quicker. No, actually, Peterson was about 300s quicker last time by. 2 to go signal will come as they come back across the line here as we get set to cap it off. Oh, Billy Cleveland all over Barrios for third. Let's see what happens before this one's all said and done. Two to go. Jess Peterson, very robotic up front, knocking the laps down. Everything within about a tenth of a second. His quick lap is 60.029. Just turned to 60.137. Almost everything within a tenth or two. It'll be a good-looking dash in terms of the lap times he's laid down here. Pretty impressive. Peterson, Johnson, Barrios, Cleveland, Kunches, and Stone. Drivers remain on the racetrack. Final lap. 1.5 seconds the advantage for Peterson. Can he pull out one here? Throw a magic lap down. Remember, the karts are as light as they're going to be all race long. The Avinco's last, very deep into a session. This is the end of a long day, but can he put a fast lap down? 10 bonus points for fast lap of the race. Let's keep an eye on Cleveland as he's trying to find a way by Barrios to finish this thing off. Cleveland's been right with him. Turn 10, turn 11, the two opportunities. You know Barrios is going to be running that tight line. Cleveland right with him. Out of turn number 9. Here comes the move. Cleveland to the bottom of the racetrack at turn 10. Does he go too wide on the exit? He doesn't. They're side by side. Cleveland's got the spot. Back to the inside comes Barrios. Deep move to the inside. Can't get the job done. Cleveland's through. Billy Cleveland back to P3. Here comes the leader, though, Jess Peterson. Victory for Peterson here in round number 3 to extend the championship. Matt Johnson finishes second. Billy Cleveland back by Barrios. He finishes third. Super Masters race winner as well. Barrios fourth. Kunches in the fifth spot. And Martin Stone rounding out the 6 drivers who got it to the checkered flag here in X30 Master. 7 down, 1 to go. Final race of the day, getting set to go. X30 Master up next. You're listening to turn-by-turn coverage of the Superkarts USA Pro Tour SpringNationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah. This weekend's broadcast is brought to you by Parolin USA, Franklin Motorsports, Trinity Karting Group, and Cooper Tires. In karting, it's important to be supported by the right people. With over 40 years of experience in the sport, Trinity Karting Group has everything you need to make your program successful. We do it all, and we do it right. Trackside support and arrive and drive programs are available in 2021 for the USPKS and the Superkarts USA Pro Tour and SuperNationals, with full product sales and service and professional coaching from our experienced staff. Trinity Karting Group is a full-service operation based at the Motorsports Country Club of Cincinnati, which gives us access to our custom-designed driver training facility. This allows us to offer private, one-on-one coaching to take you to the next level. Trinity Karting Group is also your Midwest home for Tony Kart and IAME, and we're your source for MG and Avinco tires in the region. Tony Kart quality cannot be beat, so call us today to put you in a new chassis for your next event. From arrive and drive and coaching programs to the parts you need, let Trinity Karting Group provide you with customer service and a racing experience second to none. Trinity Karting Group has a long history in the sport, a winning pedigree, and we're dedicated to driver development. We take pride in our professional approach and our positive attitude. Let us build a custom race program for you. Give us a call at 513-421-4463 or check us out online at trinitykartinggroup.com. Now back to the Superkarts USA Spring Nationals, live from the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center at the Utah Motorsports Campus in Grantsville, Utah, here on the EKN Radio Network. And here we find ourselves, folks, after a very chilly morning here at the Utah Motorsports Campus, back to a very chilly afternoon. It is 20 after 4 local time, and we are about set to go with X30 Senior. This class brought to you by the Rawlson Performance Group. And let's have a look at the grid. And indeed, all Rawlson Performance Group up front. Ryan Norberg on the pole alongside Brandon Tyner. Row 2, we'll have Thomas Nepfu and Connor Zilic. Row 3 will be Dante Yu and Trey Brown. Row 4, Thomas Annunziata and Nate Cicero. Row 4 will have, or 5 rather, we'll have Alex Stanfield and Oliver Calvo. Row 6, John Burke and Kiriako Sukas. Row 7, Oliver Hodgson and Chase Park. Row 8, Edward Ports and Hannah Greenmeyer, who we expect could be going for a Hard Charger award from deep in the field. Wesley Boswell listening to the broadcast live here on the EKN Radio Network. A shout out to Rawlson Performance Group and a shout out to Hannah Greenmeyer going for that Hard Charger. She'll start 16th and the green flag has flown. Norberg gets the lead coming out of turn number 2. Tyner slots into P2. Right behind him is, I believe, Thomas Nepfu. So, again, underway. Everyone through the opening couple of corners cleanly. And the final race of the day, final race of round number 3 of the 2021 SKUSA Pro Tour is underway. Norberg with about a 6 kart length lead as they come out of the bus stop, going to turn number 9. He'll tuck it back into turn number 10. Everybody kind of stacks up a little bit. Obviously, good opportunity to pass here on the opening circuit, the slowest part of the racetrack in turn 10 and 11. And we've got at least 2 drivers on top of each other. One of them, a GFC driver. You can tell by the trademark white and black suit. 3 drivers in total involved over there. I'll try to get the numbers on them for you. Actually, they'll be coming across the line by the time I see them. Big lead here. Norberg out of the gate. But again, 3 drivers involved. 1 on a Kart Republic, 1 on a GFC. Watch them fall down. Andrew Chapman potentially. Trying to figure out drivers who haven't driven yet. Riley Ramroop not with us here this weekend, not able to make it. Neither was Luke Lang. I'm going to say Andrew Chapman, Ryan Vincent, and Alex Saragusa. Yeah, Saragusa in the GFC. Ryan Vincent and Andrew Chapman all involved in the incident over in turn number 10. 0.6 of a second was the advantage over the start-finish line for Ryan Norberg as he jumps to the lead. Where is Greenmeyer? Remember, she started 16th right there, so essentially held station on the opening lap. Not the worst idea as Hannah Greenmeyer trying to work her way forward. Qualified on the pole position, but got shuffled off in the opening corner of the pre-final. Now she can go to work. Trouble for the numbers 312. Calvo pulling to the inside of the racetrack, hand in the air. Something wrong with Oliver Calvo, and something wrong with another driver coming into 1. 2 drivers having trouble. Yellow flags flying in the corner. 1 driver pulling to the inside, and Calvo immediately having trouble coming onto the straightaway, had the hand in the air and pulled off to the outside of the racetrack towards pit lane. Ryan Norberg stretching out an early lead over his teammate Brandon Tyner. Connor Zilic, and the Nitro card has moved to P3. Diego Ramos with the point lead after Nola not here this weekend, so move Connor Zilic, Ryan Norberg, Brandon Tyner, Hannah Greenmeyer, Nate Cicero all into the battle for the championship here. Max Opolsky was 6th. He's not here this weekend. Not sure where Max is. Where's Greenmeyer? Trying to pick her up here. Oh, she's rolling forward nicely. Big group in front of me. Big gap in front of her, though. She's up to 9th already. 7 position improvement. Who are those drivers that went out? Nate Cicero is the other driver. Remember, I just mentioned him as a championship contender. A couple drivers together further back again. But let's see what Greenmeyer has for the driver in front of her. Can she work her way forward? That would be, I believe, Oliver Hodgson. Good to have the Brit back here this weekend, running with J3 competition on that comp cart. Hodgson in the number 359 and 8th spot. Greenmeyer in 9th. Another driver in the pit lane. That's Calvo coming in there in that number 312. That's a flat right rear, I think, for Calvo. Yeah, some potential contact on Calvo in the opening circuit. Flat right rear. Norberg stretching away here now. Zilic trying to give chase. He runs 3rd. Nepfu 4th. I'll tell you, Greenmeyer is rolling up on Hodgson like crazy. A half a second faster last time by Greenmeyer than Hodgson, 58.859. Yeah, Greenmeyer quicker than everybody on the racetrack other than Norberg. And Greenmeyer trying to close up here. She's quite a ways back, though. Trying to make the move to get up here on Oliver Hodgson. After Oliver, it would be Trey Brown next up. That said, leader stretching away. Greenmeyer, who started so far back, 5.7 seconds behind. See who else is moving up more than 7 spots. She's up 7 spots right now. Cole Morgan started 25th. He is up 8 positions. Jake Drew started 30th. He's up 10 spots. So there's your 3 drivers, Morgan, Drew, and Greenmeyer, that we'll try to keep an eye on in terms of being hard chargers. Ryan Norberg kind of showing what he did last time we were here at Utah Motorsports Campus in 2019. They've got a really good handle on this racetrack. We're on a 1-2 right now. Greenmeyer has now worked her way up to the back of Hodgson. I got to expect the pass. She pounds the curb coming through 7, loses a bit. That was such an aggressive move. Let's see if she gets enough to make a move down to the inside of turn 10. She doesn't. She took that curb so much that launched the cart way to the right side of the racetrack. Maybe a little too much curb on that one, but getting aggressive, trying to see if she can't get by. She's got to obviously have a bit of anxiety to trying to get close, anxious to get back up. Hannah definitely in a championship position to contend for the title. Almost won that race. She did win on the racetrack at NOLA. Pushback bumper. Dropped her back. She'll make a move to the inside of Hodgson, down to the inside of turn 1. Book it. She's through. Hurricane Hannah up another spot. Move her now to P7. 7th for Greenmeyer, even though Hodgson turned his best lap there of 59.160. Greenmeyer still 6.2 back, but the key is how much faster is she than Trey Brown. The 334 of Alex Saragusa finally coming to pit lane. Connor Zilich out as well. I didn't see that. Zilich in the 372 is out. So Zilich was running P3, another one of the championship contenders. This blows things wide open because this will be his drop race. He'll have to drop this one. With Ramos being out, he was the de facto point leader, and Zilich out of the race. Big for Connor. Let's look at some lap times now. Greenmeyer, 58.9. She's 0.2 quicker than Trey Brown, 0.7 back. That'll be 4 laps. Norberg out by almost 2 seconds now. Jake Drew up 15 spots. Half a second quicker than Alex Stanfield in front of him, and he's right with him. So look for Drew to work his way into the 14th spot soon. In fact, he's right behind Stanfield now, coming out of the bus stop. Jake Drew, big run down the back chute there through turn number 9. Watch for him to tuck the car to the inside, and he'll do it down the bottom of Stanfield. So move Jake Drew into the 14th position. Drew 14th, and right in front of him now would be the 322. No, he's the 322. That was Morgan making a move by Macy Williams. Drew trying to get by, now going on to Aiden Fox. I believe that'll be the next run. Yeah, it's Sukas in 11th, Ports 12th, Fox 13th, Drew in 14th. So right now, Drew looking to get by Aiden Fox. Cole Morgan in the 363 looking good too. Wow. That's a good fight further back there. I think that Drew is definitely through. Fox on the new Alonso machine now has Cole Morgan. Both Drew and Morgan with the black race suits. There goes Morgan to the inside of Fox into turn number 11. They're kind of coming through the field together right now. Jake Drew and Cole Morgan, both on the Ryan Perry Motorsports RPM machines. Press the reset button here. 9 laps down, 11 to go. Norberg, Tyner, 1-2. Dante Yu running in the third spot. Excellent job for Dante here in that 388 machine, running for Phil Giebler Racing on a Ricardo. Dante Yu in third. Thomas Annunziata runs fourth. Thomas Nepvu in fifth. Trey Brown sixth. Hannah Greenmeyer seventh. She's closed down to within 0.2 of a second on Trey Brown. Oliver Hodgson runs eighth. John Burke up to ninth. Kyriako Sukas in 10th spot. Big movers further back. Jake Drew up 17 positions from 30th to 13th. Cole Morgan up 11 to 14th. Yeah, those are your big movers right now. Again, it's still Morgan, Drew, and Greenmeyer, the big movers. Greenmeyer able to get by Trey Brown. Lots of lap time still for Hannah Greenmeyer. She's not going to get to the podium, but is there a top five? I think there may be. Now she's closing up on Annunziata and Thomas Nepvu. We'll look at the lap times. I don't know. Her best lap time of 58.7. Nepvu 58.9. Annunziata 58 flat. Greenmeyer's back by 1.7 with 10 to go for sure. She's got to put some good lap times down and potentially have them battle each other. She could find herself to P4. She's got open racetrack, and indeed, they're ready to fight. The 332 Orion Vincent now into pit lane. Again, those drivers involved in that initial incident, Andrew Chapman, Ryan Vincent, and Alex. All three of those drivers out of the race. Norberg's lead, probably 3 seconds with 0.9 last time by, and indeed, 3.2. It's he goes purple. Ryan Norberg going purple. Is this guy setting up for a fifth Superkarts USA Championship? Wow. 4 in a row. Bryson Morris stole him last year in that 6-race, 2-weekend SuperNationals Pro Tour. Asterisks on that one for sure, just everything on the same racetrack, but my goodness, Norberg trying to get a fifth championship and looking good here right now, especially with the departure of Connor Zilich, which will be a drop race for him. Tyner still running second, Dante Yu third, Annunziata and Nepvu fourth and fifth, but Greenmeyer is coming. She just turned her fastest lap of 58.675. She was 0.4 quicker than both drivers. Could Hannah get to P4? Hey, you know what? She may even be able to get on the podium. I'm going to say this right now because Dante Yu, 58.9, she did a 58.6. She's not that far behind Dante. She can see him, and she's up on the wheel. Hannah Greenmeyer. It's impressive to watch her develop over the last number of years. And again, so close to getting that first Superkarts USA win for a female driver. And I know that's something that she probably doesn't care about. She just wants to win. But when you're thinking about the fact that there are a lot of young girls in the sport right now in micro and mini, and they're looking up to a girl like Hannah, saying, I want to be like Hannah one day. That's what this is all about. And she is closing up in a big way. Annunziata able to get by Nepvu, but here's Nepvu back to the inside, and this battling right now for fourth and fifth is going to allow Greenmeyer to get closed right up. The key split maybe is to watch her and the pace of Dante Yu, who's currently running in third spot. Because that would be, if she gets by Dante Yu, it would be a Rawlson 1-2-3. And I guarantee you Mike Rawlson would love to see a domination, a sweep of the podium. Annunziata looks over his shoulder. That was called a double take. He looked over his shoulder once and looked over again and said, whoa, here comes Greenmeyer. Last time by, Dante Yu turned his best lap, 58.769. Greenmeyer still a bit quicker, but only by a couple of hundredths of a second. Dante Yu may be safe. 7 laps to go. I don't know about Annunziata and Nepvu, though. Because here comes Hannah. Norberger in another zip code. Greenmeyer closing right up now on Annunziata on the rear bumper. I got to think it'll be a pass down into 1. She wasn't close enough to steal in 11, but turn 1 could get the job done here. Here comes Greenmeyer. She's going to push. Now, but does she duck and push or what? Yeah, she's going to go to the inside. Thinking about it? No. As Annunziata goes by, she'll take them both and turn She goes through and gets both. She's to P4. Greenmeyer following Annunziata through. He got a little high on the exit. She just dove to the inside, and Greenmeyer goes to P4. That was textbook. Wait for the driver in front. Follow him through. He pushes wide because he goes deep, and you dive down the inside. She had that car totally perfectly rotated mid-corner and was able to get through to P4. Now we look at the gap between Greenmeyer and Dante Yu. Thomas Nepvu able to get by Annunziata as well, so he goes back into 5th. But it's Greenmeyer in 4th. We got to look at lap times here now. What does Dante Yu lay down here this time by? A 58.8. Greenmeyer 58.9. That was making the pass. She's 2.25 back. Can't see it happen right now with 5 laps to go. Nonetheless, 12 position improvement for Greenmeyer, 13, 19 spots up for Jake Drew, 30th to 11th for Drew, and he is closing up on John Burke. Now, Jake Drew may get himself into the top 10, as I think potentially could be Cole Morgan. Greenmeyer is pulled away consistently here for Thomas Nepvu. She'd have to get some smoking laps, some almost purple laps to be able to close up here now, I think, on Dante Hughes having a strong run on the Ricardo for Phil Giebler Racing. We got some pretty aggressive racing back there, talking about Jake Drew and Cole Morgan. There's literally 6 drivers on top of them, and they're trying to go by right now. John Burke, Edward Ports, I believe, Jace Park, Kyriako Sukas is in there. Is that Trey Brown, I believe? We might have just lost Trey Brown. We did. That's Trey Brown, who was 8th position. That's going to bring Drew into 9th. So move Jake Drew up to 9th spot. Trey Brown from P8 into pit lane with only a couple laps to go. 4 in total. So Greenmeyer's gone from Nepvu and Annunziata. She just went her best lap of 58.671. And remember, Hannah trying to battle it out for the championship with Norberg and Tyner and Zilich, and she is not that far back and needs some good races here. She's already going to have one drop that she's going to likely use. Only got 116 points in race 2, so everything from here needs to be clean, and she has recovered nicely. Yeah, she's closed up about 0.3 on Dante. Quicker each lap, but you got to be half a second faster at that point. Oh, this next group further back, though, behind Jake Drew is fantastic. Jake Drew, Cole Morgan, Kyriako Sukas, John Burke, Jace Park, Aiden Fox, all in that group. That is 9th back to, I want to say, 14th. Ryan Norberg out front, though, has been absolutely dominant. Fast lap of the race, that bonus point for sure. The 2 to 10 points for the fast lap going to be big as he's on a bid for his 5th Superkarts USA X30 Championship. 2 to go for Norberg. Tyner having a strong run here in 2nd. Brandon Tyner's in a championship battle as well. Dante Yu, 58.8. Hannah Greenmeyer, 58.7, 1.9 seconds back. We're not done yet for 4th and 5th, or 5th and 6th rather, because that battle still is waging right now between Annunziata and Nepvu. And again, we talked about 9th to 14th, essentially nose to tail, as Cole Morgan trying to find a way by Jake Drew now. There goes Morgan to the inside of Drew in turn number 10. He gets the spot done. Back down the inside. Look at this aggressive move as well. Slide job for John Burke. He's not going to get it done. He'll lose a spot to Sukas. Kyriako Sukas through. Burke goes back to 12th. White flag flying for Ryan Norberg. believe Thomas Nepfu, again, holding that spot, P5. He's been able to get by Annunziata, Oliver Hodgson, all by himself in 7th. Edward Ports in 8th. Final lap of the day here at Utah Motorsports Campus. It's been a busy one. Cold to warm to cold. But this guy's been hot all day long. Ryan Norberg is going to cruise to the end. The gap last time by was 5.3. It'll be significantly less because he is going to just chill it out on the way in. Ryan Norberg, another victory, and he'll have the point lead. Brandon Tyner second. Third spot goes to Dante Yu. Great run. Hannah Greenmeyer from 12th to 4th, rather from 16th to 4th. 12 position improvement. And it's one of those things you look at it, right? It's 16th to 4th, tougher than going, let's say, like a Jake Drew from 30th to 10th. I probably think so. It takes it a little easier to pass some of those cars further back when you're a front-running driver. You just have the pace and the skill set. And then, of course, trying to come through the guys in the top 10 are much tougher. Hannah Greenmeyer able to get herself back up to P4 after the issues in the pre-final. So all in all, a good point haul for Greenmeyer. But the drivers up front, it's a Rawlison Performance Group 1-2 with Ryan Norberg getting the win by 4.6 seconds. He backed off about a second on that final circuit to cruise it home. Tyner with a really impressive run. Both those drivers didn't get enough spotlight time because really they took those positions early and locked them in. Norberg with the win, Tyner second. And Dante Yu, a good run for Dante, running for Phil Giebler Racing under the PSL karting tent with the Ricardo chassis driver at Temple City, California. Dante Yu finishing in 3rd. Greenmeyer 4th. Thomas Nepfu, the Canadian, in the 5th spot for PSL karting. Thomas Annunziata in 6th. Oliver Hodgson 7th. Edward Ports in 8th. Cole Morgan 9th. And your hard charger on the day, Jake Drew, starting in the 30th spot, ends up P10 to cap off the day in X30 Senior. Wow. Rawlison Performance 1-2-4 in the unofficial results. But again, that wraps up our day here from the Utah Motorsports Campus. It has been unbelievably long and chilly and trying. The wind aggressive all day long. I think we had about a 5 or 10 minute part of the end of the day, or the middle of the day, where it lightened up a little bit, but it was never still. The weather continued to hit us hard here. Blue skies to start the day, fully overcast now. And just as David Cole had forecasted at the start of the day, the wind shifted completely. It was at our back here on the pit lane when we got here this morning. And then obviously in the afternoon, straight in our face for the entire remainder of the day. Otherwise, that wraps things up, folks. Of course, we've got to cap off tech before we head to our podium presentations. But again, congratulations to all those of you drivers who were able to get yourself into the top 3. We look forward to seeing you for the award presentations. And, of course, a big run there for Ryan Norberg, bidding for his 5th Superkarts USA Championship. And he comes out of the gate strongly here in Utah with a strong and impressive race win. Again, Norberg, Tyner, and Dante Yu capping things off in X30 Senior. And that will cap things off for the day here on the EKN Radio Network as well. Big thank you to our partners and, of course, our sponsor of the entire EKN Trackside Live Tour for 2021, Team Cooper Tire. If you're buying tires for your truck or your car, please select and think about going with the Coopers. And a big thank you, of course, as well to Parolin USA, Franklin Kart, and Franklin Motorsports, and Trinity Karting Group, our broadcast partners for this weekend's show. Again, great day, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into the EKN Radio Network. On behalf of David Cole, my name's Rob Howden. Bye for now. Thank you for joining us from the SKUSA SpringNationals in Grantsville, Utah. Our EKN Trackside Live coverage, audio production, and social media was managed by David Cole. Rob Howden provided our race commentary. Big thank you to our broadcast partners this weekend: Trinity Karting Group, Parolin USA, Franklin Motorsports, and Team Cooper Tire. This EKN Live broadcast is copyrighted by eKartingNews.com and the Howden Media Group. This is Rob Howden, and thank you for tuning in this weekend and throughout the entire 2021 season.